everybody? What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Open Field Podcast. Apologies for being late. Unfortunately, like all of us have stuff going on, but we're trying our best out here. But yeah, obviously it's a big day of football or big week of football. Previously, had the college football playoff, national championship. We had the divisional games. We got coach hirings. We are in the peak of the season. We're in the peak of the season, bro. There's nothing that's better than this time of the year when it comes to football, and it's about to end, but we got to make the best of it how we can. So we'll start off with the national championship game because it's just like that's, I feel like, one of the bigger things. Obviously, we got the playoffs, but we'll get to that. Obviously, Indiana beats Miami in an absolute nail biter. Like that was a crazy game. That was it, before we get into the game, like specifically, that was one of the best games that I've seen for an national game in a while.
What game? I'm sorry, I dropped out. I couldn't hear anything. What was
Indiana.
Okay.
But yeah. So, whoa, why are we having those? Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yo.
Yeah, Kenya, something's wrong with your mic. Try to get on headphones if you got them. All right, sorry about that.
Is it me?
No, it's not you. It's actually
Okay.
Kenya. It was actually Kenya. But yeah, don't worry about it, Kenya. I got you back. But so yeah, we'll start it off. What are our thoughts about the national championship game specifically? Anything that we really noticed? We could talk about where Indiana is among the national championships winners in the past, all of that type of stuff. Well, I'll start off with B.
Oh yeah, man. Listen, I told y'all this is gonna be a close game, dog. I told y'all it was gonna be closer than what y'all thought. Indiana, they're a good team. I'll give them that. That's for daggone sure. But to match up with the all-time greats, I can't give them that. But I like their group of receivers. I think all their group of receivers are relatively very good, and they will be good on the next level. I love my boy Mendoza, man. I really do. And shout out Lil Uzi Vert because he was at the game. That was tough. That was hard.
And with the cigar and
yeah, that was tough. And Mendoza, man, I think he's a good quarterback, bro. Like honestly, in the next level, I think this will translate. I understand like he doesn't have all the prototypical traits that we all know and love. You know what I'm saying? He's no Cam Newton build or Anthony Richardson build or anything like that. But Mendoza, I feel like he's a smart quarterback. You don't have to worry about him with any off-field shenanigans and nothing like that. He's a smart guy. He's an upstanding gentleman or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I think he could be, the next kind of golden boy of this league, honestly. He's tough as nails. I like how he processes data. I like how, you know what I'm saying, he seems like a coachable guy and all that stuff like that. I really bang with Mendoza, like, really well. So whoever gets him, they're gonna be lucky. Trust me. It's the same thing with like Joe Burrow because I remember when he was coming out, people were doubting him and whatever because he didn't have all the physical traits that you want and all that stuff like that. And you see how good Joe Burrow is now. I feel like the same thing can happen with Mendoza. Miami's O-line is like really, really good. Their defensive line is really, really good. Bain and that guy on the other side of them, they're some prolific pass rushers. I can't wait to see them in the next level. Yeah, these teams matched up very well. Carson Beck, he kind of returned to form a little bit. That was a nasty, disgusting pick that he threw. That was inexcusable. You cannot do that in the national championship game. And then you talking about some you'll be back. What the hell you mean you'll be back? You're about 30 years old.
No way that was real. Was that actually real?
he actually said that. I don't understand.
There had to have been some Instagram makeup thing that they just classified.
Buddy, your eligibility is up, my boy. You were it's either the pros or you were average Joe. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Canada, nigga, shit.
Yeah, what are we doing, bro? But yeah, that's my only thoughts on the game.
Can you guys hear me or am I still echoing?
No, you're good. No, you're fine. Okay. F. You go ahead next.
I think this was a really good game. I thought in the beginning it would be close because both of the defenses are really good. I did think Indiana in the second half would like pull away a little bit, a bigger lead than they did. I didn't expect it to be that close at the end of the game like that, but I loved it. Mendoza, I like Mendoza too. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I like him, bro. He's not like the flashiest QB when you see him, like when you're
Yeah.
watching him play, but like I just like his I like his mentality, bro. I like him. I like his responses. I like his mental, even in the game, like he can go through progressions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's a smart player. And I like his character, and I think he's a leader, bro. And you look at all the players on the team; they seem like they're really fighting for him. So I think those are good qualities to be an NFL quarterback. So shout out to him. Um, I honestly think this Indiana team, to me personally, is like one of the best teams like all time. I like if you look at their season, like you're just looking at their season, and then like look at the last few games they had to play against. Like they had to play against Ohio State last game of the season, beat them in Ohio, I believe, right? Was it in Ohio?
Mhm.
In Ohio? Yeah, and then first game, they played who? Bama. Or is that not Bama?
It was Bama. Yeah.
Bama, yeah, played Bama, blitzed them, then played Miami. Oh no, played Oregon, blitzed Oregon, then played like those are tough teams. Then played Miami
Yeah.
in the Natty. I think that's a crazy stretch. They didn't lose a game this whole season. Shout out to them. They're definitely one of this is one of the best Cinderella stories because nobody expected Indiana to do this.
That is for damn sure.
Yeah.
Shout out to them, man. Great season.
Kenya?
I think what's the most impressive is that this was probably Indiana's worst game in the playoffs, just because they didn't execute as well as they were in the previous games. Like there was a lot of uncharacteristic false starts. There was a lot of uncharacteristic drops by Surratt too. And the defensive line, I feel like they weren't communicating very well either. But it's probably due to the fact that they were just playing a freaking brick wall of a defensive line from Miami. But I think this game reminded me a lot of the Penn State game. It reminded me a little bit of the Iowa game. Those were the two games that they struggled with in the regular season, but they always found a way to win at the end. So that what was it, 4th and 5? That 4th and 5 run by Fernando was stupid.
Man,
I mean, he got hit like 6 times before
he scored it too.
Yeah, it was crazy. And he took a beating in that game too. Like the very first play, he got just smacked right in the face. And
There were some dirty hits.
Yeah, there were some crazy hits.
Story.
There was a lot of holding too that wasn't called on Miami, but I kind of expected that from Miami because that was really the only way they were going to be able to.
In Miami too.
Yeah, exactly. That was the only way they were going to be able to defend those back shoulder throw passes, anyways. So Charlie Becker was incredible, especially in the fourth quarter. He's somebody I'm looking forward to watching next season.
Is that number 80, the receiver?
The white boy.
Yeah. He's
white
nice.
boy with the ears.
Yeah. He's nice.
He's tough. Yeah, I like him. He has great hands too.
Yeah.
But I have to kind of like build out a list.
Reminds me of Alec Pierce.
I can see that they can be top 10 all time in terms of national championship teams. Now, I think like one of the biggest questions was like if this is sustainable. I kind of think it is because I think that the one thing that Cignetti does better than most coaches is that he like purposely picks guys, recruits players who love the game. Like they're 2-star, 3-stars, but they have a very great work ethic. And I think those are the type of players that he likes. So I can see them. I don't know about repeating, but I can see them winning another Natty in the next 4 years, maybe.
Y'all really think they top 10 all time?
I think so. I think
off rip, not better than LSU with the Joe Burrow years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, but
not better than just off the top of my head. Not better than
We can go down the list. We can go
Tebow's Gators. Not better than Tebow's Gators.
No.
With Percy Harvin and Joe Hayden and all
they're
that.
not-
There's
they're
no,
not.
they're walking them.
Yeah.
What about Bama with Julio
They're not
Jones?
better. They're not better
Well,
than
they're not better than
2016
any
Bama.
Bama team.
They're not
They're
better
not better
than
than-
They're damn sure not better than the early 2000s Miami U team
Yeah,
with Ed
absolutely
Reed
not.
and all them.
Yeah.
I don't think they're better than the Clemson team that whooped Alabama with T-Law.
I don't think they are.
They're not better than
No.
the USC either. With
With Reggie Bush and all them.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
They're better than
This is
they're
the
better than
thing.
2010 Auburn.
Because I was watching Players' Choice, and shout out to Players' Choice, and shout out to those guys because they do a great job. But it's just like I don't want to rank where they are this early on because the problem is even like it's not even about against Indiana. It's like all these other teams. We know what these marquee guys are in the league, so it just for most people at least, I think it skews. For me at least, it's skewing the way that I'm thinking about it because we don't know really how good these guys are. Like I'm not saying that like because I think that if you're talking about the college football, you got to stick to college football.
Yeah, exactly.
But It's just like for my mind when I'm not doing crazy.
Oh no, me
thinking about it, it's kind of like a subliminal or not subliminal, but you know what I mean. Just the thing that I'm just doing without even trying to
a
do.
little too
outside of like the early 2000s Miami U team, because mind you, we were all like toddlers when that shit was happening. But like when I've watched like the talent level on that Tim Tebow Florida Gators, it was sick, bro. Like literally, they had everything top to bottom. Like they were stellar at position. They were stellar at quarterback. They were stellar at cornerback. They were stellar at wide receiver with Percy Harvin. Percy Harvin was insane.
They had Aaron.
Yeah, they were stellar at middle linebacker. Literally, like they had Brandon Spikes and all them niggas. Like they were stellar at safety as well. Who did they have at safety?
Are they better than 2019 Bama?
I can't remember.
Tua?
2019.
They might have a case for being better than 2019.
2020. You can say 2020 as well.
I think their defense.
Wait, did they win? Yeah, they did win.
Their defense is still good. I don't know. It's just so hard.
No, it is hard. It's really. I think they're in that like 12 to 15.
I just think the storyline. It's the storyline.
It's the storyline.
Best storyline though. Best storyline for sure.
Okay, this is where I'm going to take the reins for a second, because we got and I'm going to shuffle back to what PC was talking about, and shout out to You Shall Not Be Named, aka Bama. We love Bama here. Bama is the guy here. Bama's my boy. You know, I have no issues with Bama at all. But can we just appreciate what this run was? This is the greatest college football run of all time.
Best story for sure.
Best story for sure. Run. You're talking about from bottom to top. We've never seen something like that before.
Were they even ranked when this season started?
Hell no, man.
No, they weren't even ranked. Yeah, they weren't even ranked.
No. I think they were ranked. No, last year they weren't ranked.
Oh, okay.
And then they were ranked, I'm pretty sure. But nobody really thought they had like a legit shot though, because they got blown out.
Nah, nobody in hell.
Ohio State and Notre Dame. But like, dude, this is a run. A movie is going to be made on this run. 100%. A movie is going to be made on this run. There's no question about that.
Man, I can see the scene with Mendoza doing that run alone.
Yeah. And it just spiral into this thing of like, let's make it about the SEC. Let's make it about how they have 25-year-old guys off of COVID. Like number one, everybody has the opportunity to get these guys that are 24. 25, whatever, however old they are. Every team has the opportunity to get them. Number two, this is basically it. Carson Beck and these guys are basically it. There's going to be no more of this 24-year-old stuff, because nobody in college now started off really when COVID was hitting. So
all those niggas are out of there.
Yeah, they all.
So it's dead anyway. Everybody had an even playing field on getting these guys. It's not like that Indiana was the only team that had the opportunity to get these guys. And it's just, can we just appreciate what this was and what this team was? I mean, this team was freaking dominant. This team was dominant this year. And I want to give credit to Miami. That team is legit. They put up the best fight out of any team that's played Indiana.
They were ready.
You can make an argument some other teams could have put up a fight too, but physically, that Miami was the best matchup to beat them physically, because that dude Ruben Baines, my God,
nice. He's so nice.
He's gonna be good.
Wherever he goes, he's gonna make an impact right away.
He's huge. He's fast. He's quick. He's like the whole package. And that people who are like, oh, he's only got 4.5 sacks, and I'm not gonna act like I've watched the film. I don't even know their scheme, but I think a guy like that only getting 4.5 sacks. That's partially a scheme, because there's certain schemes where edge rushers, they're not asked to just purely rush the passer. You know what I mean? Sometimes they could be focusing more on run support. You know what I mean? Especially a big dude like that. Like, I
can see him having a Clowney type career.
I will say that
like he can be like an elite run defender. decent pass rusher. Like I can see him having that type of career.
And that's fine though, because he can still make a big impact. Like specifically if he goes somewhere that needs somebody like that, man, he can.
Yeah, this isn't bad. I'm not trying to say that he's gonna be better than him or
I don't
he's
know
gonna
better
be
than
up on
Hunter
that
as a
level.
pure pass rusher. I don't know as a pure pass.
Right. But what I'm just talking
I
about,
don't know, man. Niggas
hold
don't
on.
understand how good Daniil Hunter is. Like,
No. I don't want to make.
I can't give him Daniil Hunter right out the gate.
I don't want to make it seem like that I'm saying that like I think that Daniil Hunter is still like
dude, he's incredible. He's incredible
right now, and he's a certified Hall of Famer in my opinion. But I'm just when I look at the size, like Daniil Hunter is so big, so fast, so athletic. Ruben Baines, he's big, fast, and athletic. That's why for me, I would draft him because he's got the full package athletically. There's nothing that he's lacking. There's just nothing that he's lacking, except for maybe Ben. Maybe he's a little bit stiff. I haven't like watched. Just like I think I haven't seen him go crazy Ben yet. But I mean, if he gets the size and strength that he is in college right now, if he can apply that to the league and like be on that level, I mean, it doesn't matter.
Sometimes I feel like
size and
strength sometimes translates better to the league. Like size and strength translates better to the league than like having crazy Ben, in my opinion. Give me that guy.
No. You need Ben, dude. In
no,
NFL,
you need Ben
because everybody's crazy strong. That's the thing about it. You need some Ben. You need that fast first step, and you need that fucking Ben with it. That's literally what Von Miller. That was his shit. Like literally, he didn't have crazy pass rush moves or whatever. Well, he did, but he didn't really need that in his arsenal because he would just like turn the corner so fucking quick, and he would just bend so fucking well. And then I remember his third year, he finally put on some serious muscle, and holy shit,
once you add the muscle,
Von was probably top 5 all time, dude. Like,
I do see what he's saying though. I do like he's saying that if you have crazy bend and athleticism, but you're just getting constantly stood up, that won't matter.
It's like that won't matter.
You really do need both. Like it's not that you can't. You can just be good with pure strength and no bend, but
you won't. Yeah.
You need the strength to supplement.
Oh no, yeah, you definitely need strength. That's a given. Sure, like, you're just gonna get bullied, but yeah.
Bullied. I seen that this year, like with Mike Green. Like Mike Green got all the bend in the world, but like he's undersized.
You being an undersized pass rusher don't work,
especially in a Ravens system because they're rushing their outside linebackers, so you're not even really like just a pure pass rusher at that point.
But like he was getting pressures, he just couldn't finish because he would get stood up sometimes or like he would get tired or whatever. But
yeah, and that's the most common thing with rookie edge rushers. It's just the finish. Like I remember there were so many sacks Micah's rookie year, and second year was like, oh, he's just if he could just finish it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And he still struggles. Like Kenny, did you want to bring up a point?
Oh no, I just wanted to say Alabama fans in general right now are all very bitter and extremely jealous of the fact that they are watching Indiana. Kind of, to me, Indiana looks like the early versions of like Alabama dynasty, like when they were first getting started. It's just the Big Ten version. I think the SEC they're getting a taste of their own medicine, and they're all kind of just grasping for straws at this point. They have not come to reality, and the fact is, the Big Ten is just better than you. And they're accusing Indiana of cheating now. Now they're too old to be in college football. Like, it's just a bunch of stupid stuff that we all know was made up by a bunch of SEC fans. Like, it's not even that big of a deal, all the things that I've been seeing online right now.
It's a new era of college football, man. SEC
they have the better
teams anymore, man.
They have the better teams. They have the better coaching staffs. I mean,
and I heard the press box talking about this. They gotta spend that money, man. Like
they got money.
Other places are spending money on the players that they need, man.
Because the SEC has to convince themselves that all the 4 stars and 5 stars are just gonna flock to them because they're the SEC. Like, that's not how it is anymore.
Yeah, it's not how it is.
Exactly. That's the point I was gonna bring up, and I think it was J-Rob and I think Early also attested to this point. But it is about the money in the NIL world, right? Like the days of we have the most prestigious football program in the world, the Bama, the LSU. LSU still doing their thing, obviously, but it's like it's more dependent on the money than it's ever been. So for a team like Bama, who obviously they're not like a poor school by any means. Like I'm not
No.
No,
saying
they
that,
got money.
but like it was a joke, but it's true. Like the Bama donors are old, car insurance. Like that's more of what it is. When you're talking about Oregon with Phil Knight, Nike, Ohio State, Texas Tech with the oil, Texas with the oil. Like
Texas A&M.
Yeah.
these are the richest people in the U.S. and they have like with the biggest like roads in the economy.
Yeah.
Compared to a thing like Bama, it's just not the same.
Yeah.
And they don't have Saint Nick. Obviously, they don't have Saint Nick. And we're not gonna act like that. Like Saint Nick retired, and it was just downhill from there. It might have been harder for him with the NIL. I think that's a
Yeah.
big
I
point.
think it would be definitely hard for Nick Saban.
Which-
He's in the recruitment year. Like that's his generation where you go to somebody's home and you actually genuinely recruit them. Nowadays, it's not like that. If you're not talking about money, these kids could care less what you're talking about.
No, they don't care at all. And
Yes.
look, yeah, like I'm not gonna sit here and deny that like with new generations comes new problems, and so social media and the internet have influenced younger kids to just want it now, want to get it now. Like the journey and the process is undervalued, and it's just all about the results. But every young kid is going to be ignorant. That's how it
Yeah,
is. When you're 18 or 19,
Yeah.
you are stupid, and your values are messed up. I can speak from experience. Like I can. I know everybody here can. I know everybody in the
Absolutely.
chat can. That's just how it is. And
Absolutely.
if you're 18 or 19 or under, and you look at yourself from when you were 12, and you're like, oh my god, that guy was stupid. That like who I was at 12 was an idiot. You could go back and pick things apart. And when you're 18, you're gonna do the same thing when you're 25, and that's completely fine. That's how like the world works and stuff. But like just this idea that it's like only because of the new generation, and that's why that it is what it is, dude. If the NIL was happening back in the day, it would be the same situation
Oh
there.
yeah, for
Kids are
sure.
ignorant and dumb. They want money, and they want to be coached. But I do think like with the
Bama will be the
how-
first one in that Balenciaga pants. Give me a
right, and also it's like I do think that like the development of youth football and youth programs in general, and how like kids like for baseball, like I was a baseball player, and there's something called perfect game, and it's like if you get into the perfect game and you're the top guy in a perfect game, you got every coach, every MLB team in the country, they want you. And it's like this is the exact same thing with football, it's the exact same thing with basketball, and that stuff, it definitely leads to you getting the sense of like, yeah, I'm just making business decisions out here, because you just are constantly getting that stuff thrown in your face, to where it was back in the day where the youth programs weren't as just ridiculously all like aligned and like organized, and it was just like you're just going out there having fun. And obviously guys are gonna like be great, but you're just not getting like the opportunities and like the future thrown in your face like you are now. But yeah, and look, Cincinnati has built like this team is one of the more physical teams I've ever seen. They're just like even their receivers, all their receivers are I'm just throwing you fade balls, and that's the one thing that I would like to see from Mendoza. I do think that like I do think that he's gonna be good. I haven't watched like every Indiana game, but I do think he's gonna be good. I don't know how good he's gonna be, because I would like to like watch the tape and stuff, which I haven't had time to do. But the one thing that I was saying, when you look at the Indiana offense, it's really, really RPO heavy. Like the amount of times they're doing traditional dropbacks, I'm asking my quarterback to make those throws down the middle of the field where I'm moving safeties, blah, 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 blah. It's not that often. Now, I do think the guy as smart as Mendoza can figure that out 100%. And like, not only is he smart, number one, like the fact that he's getting his MBA while playing football in 5 years or whatever, 4 or 5
He got a
years.
good head on his shoulders, man. He do. I like him.
Freaking insane, dude. The discipline that it takes to be a football player and be a really good student is it's
Really
not
hard.
easy. It's not easy, and you can just tell. Like, and everybody that's like talking about, oh, Mendoza's corny, he's like, he's just saying stuff to say. It's like, nah, bro, that's who you need to be in your life. If you're gonna model yourself out of any athlete, you should be a guy like Mendoza.
You're a good model. You're a good role model, man. Like that's who you should be looking up to. Like his charisma, how he carries himself. I think that's really good. The one thing I'm just worried about,
I ain't
man,
gonna lie, man.
Raiders.
Quarterbacks,
I'm worried about the
quarterbacks
Yeah, the
Raiders.
nowadays,
Raiders.
dude.
Ugh.
Quarterbacks
I
need.
just hope the Raiders don't mess him up, man. I'm
I would
worried
rather him
if he
go to
go
the
number one, man.
Jets. I know that sounds really bad,
Go
but
to
I
the
would much
Jets.
rather him go to the Jets.
I'd rather him go to neither. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
we honestly, we need corny quarterbacks nowadays, dude. I'm
We do.
tired of these flashy niggas that, and then
right.
they amount to be nothing. Like niggas like CJ
Right.
Stroud. He thinks he's the coolest guy on earth, but in reality, nigga, you just stink. You stink, nigga. How the hell? How in the Steelers in Pittsburgh are you gonna go and talk shit to the fans after that horrible display that you played, and then you followed up the very next week with another stinker of a performance, and you got the nerve after your rookie year to go on bro went on a world tour for podcasting, bro. I'm talking about you would have thought he won a Super Bowl the way he was acting. I remember that shit. Like, bro, he was going on podcasts every day, every single week, talking about some he top five and like Houston's like the new like big thing. We gonna be all this type of this and that and this and that. And bro, he hasn't been good since then. Like we need corny quarterbacks nowadays, man. I'm getting tired of these quarterbacks smelling themselves and shit, and they thinking they the shit, and then their play shows me otherwise. I don't like that shit.
Yeah, and it's a difference between Caleb Williams because when Caleb Williams makes an incredible pass, he starts to feel himself a little bit, but then he'll come out and then be like, I know I need to work on this, this, and that. I've never heard CJ Stroud say anything close to that, where he says, I need to work on this, I need to work on that. I have never out of his mouth. These two.
I saw his post game. It sounded like he was defending his horrible play. Like, all right, man. Yeah, yeah, okay.
No,
if you're defending your horrible play, I don't know what to tell you.
Like, I've been in situations as an athlete, where you have a terrible game and you win. And I've been so pissed at myself. And that's the thing, like, obviously winning is the end goal. But it's like, if I was playing baseball and we won and I was 0 for 5, I did not care. I was pissed. I was pissed.
True.
So there would be some time.
If I was 3 for 5 and we lost, I'd be mad, but I'd still be happy with myself. But it's just that level to just be like, you go out and you're talking shit after you literally have one of the worst performances I've ever seen. Like, I don't care what your yards were. I don't care how many touchdowns you got. You were bad in that game.
Listen,
to go out and act like that you played some freaking Brady game. You went Brady in you went Brady against against the Eagles that year. Like, come on, stop it.
Listen, man, I hate to do this, bro, but I have to talk from my perspective. It seems like if we doing that, bro, you just don't care enough and you are not obsessed enough about the game, honestly. And I'm gonna say it like this. Dude. Literally, I have had matches in my fucking life, boxing matches in my fucking life, bro, where I'm training day in and day fucking out. I don't care if I was sparring and I went on like a 7-day streak of just looking so fucking good in sparring, like, and I got the best of everybody. If I go one day and I just like had a bad day sparring, because it happens. It happens to everybody. I don't care who you are. You have a bad day of fucking practice or whatever. I would literally be to a point if I will drive home and literally like have to fight back tears, bro. Like I literally would fight back tears because I'd be so frustrated with myself. Like, yo, goddamn, what the fuck happened today, bro? I sucked. I really sucked. I wouldn't want to talk to nobody, none of that shit. I would literally have to fight back tears. So the fact that he played that awful stinker of a game and you had the nerve to be like, I'm gonna still talk my shit. Like, man,
that's why Josh Allen.
I don't like that, bro. I don't like that.
Josh Allen give me a little bit of respect for. At least he ain't like,
like, bro. He was crying. I can respect Josh Allen, and I know I'm about to literally negate everything I say because I'm ready to slander his ass.
No, BBB, I'm gonna let you get off on this take, but don't go the full take because we'll get to it later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just don't feel like they care enough, bro. Like I feel like a lot of quarterbacks nowadays aren't good enough. It's just because they're not obsessed enough with the game. Like, they're not obsessed enough. They really not. You could tell.
Not saying you're wrong, but the other aspect of it is like the insecurity, where you are not. I feel like it's partially like okay, I played bad, but there could be excuses. Like you could give yourself excuses to where you make yourself feel still good that you won the game, even if you played bad. And I think that's also part of it. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like for the greats, guys like Manning, guys like Brady, like, yeah, they were super hard on their teammates. If they made one mistake, like Manning was taking you out the game if you made a bad mistake. But they're holding themselves to that same standard. If Peyton Manning played like ass, he was not. He was pissed. He's not blaming anybody but himself, and that's how he did because he played bad in the playoffs. But I guarantee you that sense of accountability was there because you don't become that great without it. Same thing with Brady. Same thing with pretty much every other quarterback except for maybe A-Rod's not fully in that category, but I'll
Yeah.
anyway, but A-Rod's still top three in my opinion. W game.
Facts.
Anyway,
He is
anyway,
still top
anyway.
3 though. He is still.
We'll move on. We'll move on. We cannot get into this. And if you have Peyton Manning 3, all respect to you, gang, because Peyton Manning deserves it too. I'm not even going to argue. It's like the Jordan LeBron debate. I have Jordan, but if you have LeBron, I have no issues because I feel like LeBron deserves to have that conversation too. But anyway, we can move on. Let's get through this coaching news really quick so we can get to the meat and potatoes. We got Harbaugh to the Giants. Are we feeling good about this? Like how are we feeling? I'm just gonna go like clockwise, so I'll start with me and then we'll just switch it off. We'll start with me and then go around. But I'm gonna make this short. I do think that like he can build. I'm not denying he can build a culture. I think that he can take this team to the playoffs because I don't think there's that much that they have to fix. And I think a guy like John Harbaugh, it's not that he doesn't know what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to build rosters. They've got. I think their defense is close to being like top 10 for sure. For sure. Like they've got so much talent on that team. Like they've got Malik Neighbors. They've got their quarterback in place. There should not be any conversations about moving off of him. But when it comes to taking them over the top to the Super Bowl, I don't know, man. I just don't know. It's going to depend on who he hires because the one thing that I know about Mr. John is Mr. John ain't making no decisions in the game. He ain't gonna call plays. He ain't really gonna come up with the game plan. He'll okay the game plan. He'll understand the game plan. He'll okay it. But he's not the mastermind, and we know that he's not the mastermind. And personally, for me, and I don't care if you're an offense mastermind. I don't care if you're a defense mastermind. But I want you to be mastermind in something. And yeah, I could go into more. Like I still think it's important. Like being a guy like Campbell, being a guy like Harbaugh, who can look at a guy in an interview and identify who knows what they're doing and who doesn't know what they're doing is important. And just because you're a mastermind in one side doesn't mean that you can do that for the other. But I would just rather take that. But after you can go ahead because this is your boy.
Yeah, I got something to say. On a good note, I do think John Harbaugh to the Giants is like the best the best role or decision that the Giants have made in a little minute. Like I think he fits perfectly for what they're trying to do. I think they need somebody who needs they need more. They need structure. You know, they need a culture. They need winning. They haven't won it in a long time, and I think John Harbaugh that's what he's best at. Just bringing that culture, bringing this structure. He knows football. He's been in it for so long. So that's one thing he will bring. I think that they've dealt with the gurus already. Dayball was an offensive guru, and we've seen how that worked out. Coaches before him were gurus. We've seen how that worked out. So I think they just wanted to change to something a little bit different. In the playoffs, he probably will get them again. They have a lot of talent, so this was the perfect spot for him. I mean, there's a lot to work with. He got a lot to work with. He's gonna be okay. I'm curious to see who he hires for his assistant coaches. I think that's gonna really be important as well.
Yeah.
But for the most part, they should be. That division is gonna be tough. I mean, that's a tough division. He's used to being in tough divisions, so I don't think he's really worried about that. But I think they can be a playoff team. Now, will they go over the edge? Me personally, I don't think they will. He's just not a great end-game decision maker. He's not a guru guy. Like we already know what comes with John Harbaugh. He's gonna choke games. There's gonna be leads where they're up 20, 25 points, and then the whole game plan goes to shit in the fourth quarter. We know that's what comes with John Harbaugh. That's just what it is. But I do think this was the best decision for him to go to that team. Now on the flip side, Well, I already said the flip side. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna go any further than that. But it's a great hiring for the Giants. I do think that this will change their organization for
Hey,
sure.
look, Kenya, before you go, I don't want to make it seem like that I'm blaming John Harbaugh for Derrick Henry fumbling.
Oh no.
Zay
Yeah.
Flowers fumbling. But when it happens over and over and
Over and over and over again.
and over again,
The coaching
you
problem.
gotta
That's
go.
a
I'm
coaching
sorry.
problem.
Someone has to atone for the sins. And I
Yeah.
know Derrick Henry's not atoning for him.
And Michael, can I just say
Not-
this? Not just the last 5 years. It's been, bro. We can go back 15 years. We can go back. I'm not blaming Joe Harbaugh for the Billy Cundiff miss, but like there were decisions that he made in that 2011 AFC Championship against the Patriots that were just bad decisions. Like we can go extra 5. We can go even in 2019 year.
the amount of talent you
Like,
guys have had.
It's
Since he's been there, and to have one, obviously sustained success is important, but to have one bowl,
we should have had at least more than that.
You had an
Three. You should have had three.
We should have had
all-time defense, and you had freaking Trent Dilfer running that. You had Trent Dilfer running that, and you won. Or no, 2 Super Bowls actually, 2, but still 20 years. But you had Trent Dilfer. You had all-time defense. You had a quarterback that was mid. You won one, sure, but you couldn't sustain the success because you didn't have the quarterback. And then now you've got an elite quarterback. Don't care what anyone says. Elite quarterback.
Like I'm not blaming that on Joe. Joe in the playoffs, man. Anytime Joe was in the playoffs, he played damn good. Like,
No.
Oh,
Joe Flacco played
But
damn
that's
good.
That was probably one of the greatest runs of all time.
Right, but I was
one or two or three
run.
of all time.
Remember the 2011 run, the year before that?
I agree.
Bro, Joe Flacco was balling, bro.
Right,
He was
right. But I wasn't
balling.
talking
11
about-
touchdowns, no picks.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about Joe. I was talking about when Ray and Ed were young, when they had Dilfer. That I wasn't mentioning. Although that defense was like insane.
But he wasn't a head coach during that time.
No, he wasn't there then. He was there for the Flacco run though.
Yeah, he was there for. He got there in 2007.
There. All right, I'm a bot.
He got there in 2007.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah. All
and
right,
then I mean, of course, the Lamar years were the Lamar years, but I don't know. I just feel we could do more. But that's all I'm saying.
Just for the Clipper, don't clip that because that made me anyway. Kenya, go ahead.
Yeah, I like the hire. I think because for me, I think the one thing that the Giants struggled with a lot is finding an identity on offense and defense. They just don't ever seem to know who they want to be or who they are. And I think John Harbaugh is the perfect coach to fix that issue. Now, my biggest concern about him is his decision making when it comes to the game plans that he signs off on. I will always go back to signing off on that pathetic game plan in the 23 playoffs against the Chiefs. That was stupid. They should have ran the ball down their throats, but they didn't. They tried to go out there and just pass heavy, and that just didn't work. That wasn't who they were before that game, and it just didn't work. So that's my only concern.
LeVar was MVP that year. You got to lean on your MVP.
Dude, they didn't even have Henry, but they didn't have any guys that could run the runs.
Yeah, they didn't really have nobody for real, man.
No. We had J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards who were playing solid.
Was Dobbins playing though?
A great line.
Dobbins' ACL was cooked that year. No, Dobbins wasn't playing in that game.
No, he came back. He came back.
Gus Edwards had like a lot of yards per carry. I do remember that, like in his career.
Bro, he was
no, I know,
but mind you, you had to really utilize both of them because neither one of them were starting level backs. Let's be honest.
They weren't, but they were good enough in our system with our O line.
They were in a good system, yes, but you had to really game plan them up. It's not like you could just. It's not like you just run on the Chiefs like that, man. That's when your MVP is playing good ball, man, you got to lean on your MVP. It is what it is.
Yeah, but they could have ran on the Chiefs that year. They were vulnerable against the run. They were great against the pass that season, but they were not good.
We didn't do no RPOs.
Yeah,
bro,
nothing.
We did straight play action and shot. Like I'm just like, man, I don't know, man. The game plan was just off, bro. It was off.
Of course, Lamar got blamed for it. He always does, but.
And Lamar didn't play good in that game.
He didn't. He
didn't play good in that game.
Again,
it wasn't just Lamar playing bad.
All right, y'all. We definitely got to run through this coaching shit, man. Because I'm ready for the slander. Whose goal is it? Whose goal is it? Whose goal is it?
Your turn.
All right. Yeah. McDaniel to LA. I'll keep it real quick. I really do like this. And I don't think that like McDaniels is going to run the same shit that he was running in Miami with the short passes. I think it's going to be completely different. One thing that Mike McDaniels does, he's going to adapt based off of the talent that he has. And I'm really excited to see this. You already got the makings of a physical team with a good offensive line when healthy. Now you bring in Mike McDaniel, maybe you get a skill position or two. Like, yeah, they could be good. And I think Jim, great move, and not to act like that you're some bad coach because you're one of the best coaches of the generation. But I do think if they keep like blame Herbert, but if they keep having bad performances offensively, some of the blame has to go on him too.
Yeah, for sure.
Agreed.
Yeah.
For sure.
Any other thoughts about it?
Go ahead.
Oh, my fault. I like this. I'm gonna keep it short. I think McDaniel was probably the best OC candidate out. I think he's gonna work perfect with Herbert. They're gonna probably be pushing the ball down the field a lot. Hopefully they can get a weapon or two or get somebody in the draft maybe that can complement Herbert really well. I like Ladd, but like I don't know about Johnson and like the other guys they got over there. I don't know. I'm not really too like high on them, but I think it was a great move. I'm curious to see how that offense is gonna look.
All right, yeah, all right. We'll skip the other two because those aren't that important. We can maybe get to those another time.
Well, I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna definitely say this. I'm gonna keep it short and brief. Yeah, this is Justin Herbert has gone through some coordinators now. This is kind of his last shot, bro. Till we start looking at you a little funny now.
I mean, I'm already looking.
This is a offensive guru right here. We all know what he brings to the table. And also, John Harbaugh has literally he single-handedly like made the 49ers relevant again. Like literally, they were dead in the water in the early 2000s. They honestly were.
And he did that in the college realm too.
Because we've seen the pedigree that he had, mind you, when he had Alex Smith, and then he revamped that whole defense, and they were incredible after that. Then he switched to Kaepernick. They ascended to another level. Then he went back to college. He got fired for God knows why. I don't know why. And he went back to college.
Stanford before the Niners at Stanford. He built.
Yeah. Stanford. He was with Andrew Luck. He was a quarterback whisperer there. Like I give no slander to John Harbaugh. I will not. Jim Harbaugh. You will never catch me. Jim Harbaugh is one of the greatest coaches in the NFL of all time. He's probably one of the greatest coaches of all time. Period. College or NFL level. So I will never in my fucking life, as long as I'm still breathing, never blame Jim Harbaugh for anything.
Yo, if JJ McCarthy could win a
what? Jim Harbaugh can do no fucking wrong in my eyes. Nigga, if you didn't underperform, that's on you. That's on fucking you. So, nigga, you have two good coaches. Get it done, Surfer Boy. Get it done.
Real
I'm just worried about their defense, though. They just lost their DC, who was really good. I'm curious to see who they hire.
They might have to hit a little. They might have to hit a little retool on that defense too, because Mr. Max only getting older, who also is a Hall of Famer.
But their personnel wasn't really that great, bro, and they still was looking like solid.
Yeah. But their defensive always
that defense was very good. They played a good game.
They still have Derweezy. And every LA Chargers fan better knock on wood and pray. I'll pray too that Derwin James doesn't get hurt seriously, because that dude's got at least 4 years left if he does it.
He's nice, like Derwin James.
All right. This is where I quiet. B wants to get a slander off before he's got to hit the hay because, bro has to wake up early. So, Bills versus Broncos. The Bills lose in shocking fashion. In shocking fashion to Denver. The clutchest quarterback in the NFL. Oregon alumni. Bo Nix. Cooks in the fourth quarter. B, what are your thoughts of the game? Go ahead.
Man, listen, man. Listen, man. I'm getting tired of being right, bro. I'm getting tired of being right. But let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and read off what the hell.
Hey, wait. Were you right about Lamar?
We mean? No, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Hold on. Let me go on to my rant. Hold on. We'll get to that. Now, listen. When I say Josh Allen, bro, he performed. That performance was just very underwhelming. I mean, honestly, right? You saw that goofy turnover he had at the end of the first half, where he's holding the ball like it's a damn baseball, right? And that leads to points for the other team. Then you see him throw an interception after Bo Nix threw an interception literally a play before. That is inside the 30, mind you. That y'all could have easily scored. If you didn't score a touchdown, you could have easily kicked the field goal, still been up. Then you fumble again, right? You fumble again, and then you throw another. Okay, the pick, cool. It was a ticky tacky play. I get all that. You may have underthrown Brandon Cooks or whatever, but at the end of the day, that's one of those. That's one of those, man. Hey, that's one of those whatever interceptions. You know what I mean? It's one of those kind of like that's a 1 in a million interception. But this is the top 3 guy, the Superman, the guy that is supposed to dethrone Mahomes all these years. This is the guy. He has no Joe Burrow to worry about. He has no Lamar Jackson to worry about. He has no Patrick Mahomes to worry. Yo, daddy, nigga, you 0-4 against him. Yo, daddy, you have no Mahomes to worry about. And you sit here and lay an egg in the divisional round of the playoffs? Are you serious, bro? Oh, nigga, we gonna have to have some uncomfortable conversations now, baby. We got to have some uncomfortable conversations. Because I'm gonna tell you what. After you were crying after that post game, saying you let your team that, yes, you did. I'm glad you acknowledged that. I love the self-awareness. Thank you. But your organization even used your head coach as a scapegoat. They fired this man after that. They fired this man to protect you. And after that abysmal game that you had, well, mind you, Joe Brady was doing his damn thing. He has been doing his damn thing this whole playoffs. Hats off to Joe Brady, his scheming, because Khalil Shakur was playing his ass off. Brandon Cooks was playing his ass off. He looked revitalized and resurged, and I was loving his game.
Boo, Brandon.
And James Cook. Oh my God, James Cook was running crazy. He was running crazy this entire year. So hats off to Joe Brady and Sean McDermott, because that defense was flying around. They were stopping Bo Nix. And had you not committed 4 stinking turnovers, you could have won that game because your defense was balling. Josh Allen, you are the reason that you let them down. You are the reason they lost. I'm glad you acknowledge that shit. And you got a coach fired because of that shit, bro. You honestly got a coach fired. And I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell y'all something else. I'm gonna leave it at this. I better not ever in my fucking life, ever hear somebody compare Josh Allen to Patrick Mahomes ever again, because this man would have never folded in the divisional round to Bo Nix. Are you out of your damn mind? You crazy?
Wait.
Patty Mahomes? He would have got them boys out of there. Don't you ever compare Josh Allen to fucking Patrick Mahomes ever again.
Even I agree with that.
Wait, B. I just want. I wish Early was here so badly. I really do. Hopefully,
bro, Early was caping for Josh.
Ducking late smoke. That's what he's doing.
I don't care if we get off the topic. If we get off the topic and we move on, he's still not here, but then he comes. If he gets here, we're bringing Josh Allen back up. But just for the people, we're not even talking about Josh Allen being better. You don't want to compare him to who? To who is it again?
Listen, number 15 in red, bro. You not him, bro. That's why we say, understand this. That's why we say it's levels to this quarterback shit, dog. There are guys that put up all these crazy stats. Yes, Josh Allen, he's such a crazy dual threat. You never count him out in the regular season. But listen, man, there's only one Patty, bro. Do you understand that Patty since 2022, he has like 17 touchdowns to like 3 interceptions? Like, do you understand how incredible this man has been playing? We all think, Patty do it. Well, my guy can do it. No, he can't, bro. No, he can't. You ain't got that type of gene, bro. You ain't him. And you will never be Patty.
Okay, your turn.
I want to piggyback right off of what he just said. I think Brandon Beane and Terry Pagula, they think that exact same thing. They think that since Patrick Mahomes can do it, Josh can do it with even less talent. They are comparing Josh to Patrick Mahomes, and they're just, I think Sean McDermott should have gotten fired, just not based off of Josh Allen's horrible performance. I think that's what was unfair.
Agreed.
That's what was unfair. This was by far his worst performance that I've ever seen him have. It almost looked like he was trying to do way too much when he didn't even have to. The Broncos defense didn't even play that good. So I don't know why he was holding the ball with one hand like that. I don't know. The second pick, the pick after Bo threw a pick was almost comical. Now, the last pick, I agree, was Ticky Tack. I personally think it's a catch, but we don't even have to have a debate about that. I appreciate him taking accountability for it. I just think the soap opera that is going on right now between Josh, the owner, the general manager, Dan Orlovsky, and Chase Daniels' dumbasses, all 5 of them are just being flat out stupid. This entire loss was on Josh Allen. Nobody else lost this game but Josh Allen. Sean McDermott, this is the best his defense has looked in the playoffs in a while now. So yeah, I don't know. To me, I just think, me personally, I do feel bad for Josh in the sense that the post game conference thing was really hard to watch. And if you look back at all of his divisional round losses, his AFC Championship losses, every single one of them just gets worse after the other. It's just more emotional. So that's where I feel bad for him. But what I don't like is the fact that everybody else is just trying to cape for this before. Like it's somebody else's fault when it's not.
It's the most disgusting thing ever. It's disgusting. I've never seen this before in my life. It's disgusting.
Kenya touched on it so perfectly. The PR that this man Josh Allen has is actually insane. Like it's dead insane. I heard Dan Orlovsky say that it was the O-line's fault that he fumbled and they didn't jump on the ball. Like that is disgusting. If this was Joe Burrow, if this was Lamar Jackson, if this Patrick Mahomes, like what? They would be attacking these dudes like it was like it's nothing. If they had this performance in the playoffs, Lamar Jackson wouldn't be able to hear it till the next day.
Nigga, he'd have to go into hiding. He
would cave for Joe.
They would blame everything on these 3 players
because he likes Joe. That's the problem.
I don't think they would have caved for Joe either.
No, Dan would have. Dan Orlovsky would have caved for Joe.
Oh, I think he would.
I don't know what it is about
Kenny's
Josh.
right, and it's not. No, I think Kenny's right, and I'm not saying it because I don't think Joe Burrow is as good as the other 2, which I don't. I think it's close, but I'm only saying it because Dan Orlovsky was absolutely going wild for Burrow last year, and he was the biggest proponent of Burrow should win MVP. Like he was the biggest proponent of that. So I do, just because I think that he loves Allen and Burrow. And the thing about Orlovsky too is he wasn't like doing the ESPN stuff when Mahomes was like back in like 2018 to like 2022. He kind of started right around that time, right at the end. So maybe he would have done it for Mahomes too at that point. I don't know.
Here's my thing. Let's
just be objective though.
Like, nigga, stop meat munching, bro. That shit is pissing me off. Like
we all got our own guys, but come on, bro.
You are blatantly lying, bro. Like you blatantly don't believe the bullshit coming out your mouth.
Well, the problem is this,
and right? I like Josh Allen too. I don't even want to make it seem like I don't like Josh. Like I genuinely do like Josh Allen. I think he's a likable guy, and I think he's a very elite player. I think he's one of the best. I think he's an all-time great. But bro, he played bad. That's just what it is. I hate his PR team. I hate the PR that he gets. I hate the coping that he gets. I just hate it. I ain't gonna lie.
Number one, the problem is like we've all been there, and this is why I really try not to do this type of stuff anymore. Is like when you make a nasty take, when you go to the upper, when you say Mahomes is going to be the GOAT because he's going to win. And I'm not saying because I was saying that, but when you go, Allen is better than Mahomes. Allen is this. When you go, Lamar is this. It's going to bite you in the ass because this is the NFL. And at the time when Brady was at his peak, he lost too. He's been blown out before. 2010 against the Ravens. So it's like when you make a big take, you're most likely going to have to at least admit you're wrong at one point, and then maybe later on you might get credited for that take because that person does what you said he was going to do. I just think when you make these big steps, and I think saying that Allen is better than Mahomes is a very, very big step. It's one thing to sit there in the same tier or like whatever, but when you say that he's better, you're most likely going to have to walk that back at some point. And when you do have to, don't make excuses.
You even saying them even saying they're in the same tier pisses me off because it's like, bro, look at all these accolades that fucking Mahomes has already. The niggas just turned 30. And all these accolades, these are career accolades that he has already. And Josh Allen has done absolutely jack shit. Let's be honest. The MVP he has shouldn't even be his. In my opinion.
They gave him a pity MVP.
Honestly,
Like, bro,
nobody,
this man has done
nobody
jack
other
shit.
than Joe Burrow and Mahomes have done nothing. So I don't know
Yeah.
why they cape so
Like
hard.
they've
Josh
done
Allen
nothing.
and
You
Lamar
would think
Miller.
the way Josh Allen's talked about, they give him so much grace as if he is a fucking multi-time MVP, a fucking multi-time Super Bowl MVP when he's not. Like, bro, I've been hearing Josh Allen is better than Patrick Mahomes for 2 stinking years now. Literally, they went head to head just last year, and every single nigga I've talked to told me that Josh Allen had a better team, and he did not win the game with 4 minutes left. And then he puts up this abysmal stinker the very next year against relatively a nobody in Bo Nix, because nobody respects Bo Nix in the national media. And you sit here and you still caping for this man, it's pissing me off, dog. I don't know what I got to do.
This is the thing.
It's disgusting, man. It's disgusting.
This is the biggest thing, right? I agree that Lamar should have won that MVP. I definitely had Lamar as MVP that year. But I'm not gonna go as far as what you're saying for 2 reasons. Number one, I think, and I don't think that he deserved the MVP.
Okay, that's fine, Early. That's fine. He's telling me he's gonna kick my butt.
Oh, okay, good. Early better be here soon, because I don't want to get off this topic till he gets back, so we can get the be Early back and forth, because Early hates what you said about Josh. So he does. And look, the only thing that I'm going to say here is, like, Josh Allen's, like, his play, even that 1 year where he had the high picks. I think, what was that? Was that 23? His year from that point
that was 2023
has been freaking stellar. I think he's the second best quarterback in the league. And the reason why I say that, and I had Lamar at number 2 for a while, especially at that point. And the reason why I say that is because, this is really honestly his first horrible loss where he didn't play good and he lost. In the other games, he lost, but he still played solid and well. And I think, like, playing solid and well is really, really good in the playoffs, because you're not going to put up, most likely, your freaking high statistical performance in the playoffs. It just doesn't happen. It is just not how
it's harder competition.
Right. So I think, like, if you take away this game, like, and I heard this on Flag on the Play, like, Josh Allen generally performs up to the level that he plays in the regular season or higher in the playoffs. Mahomes does that, but he does that to a greater extent, right? Mahomes has one of the best touchdown to interception ratios, the amount of games that he's played in the playoffs over anybody.
Dog, statistically, he's the greatest playoff quarterback of all time.
Right. And that's even including last year, where he was dog in the Super Bowl, and he had like 2 picks in the Super Bowl. So like, including a bad game, he's still there, which makes it even more impressive for me. But like, and the worst thing about it wasn't one of those games where he was just crap from the start, where he didn't play. It wasn't like a CJ Stroud or like a Dak Prescott performance where he is just completely nonchalant or borderline abysmal throughout the game. He was balling in the first quarter, and he just making dumb mistakes and trying to force stuff. And I could go into the team aspect of why I think he's doing it, because we've seen him not do this stuff in the playoffs where he doesn't throw picks and they lose. I think it's just the overcompensation of really just, for the lack of matter, just the lack of weapons. But that's not me saying that those weapons played bad in that game particular. I just think
I'm not hearing that. I'm not hearing that
lack
of weapons.
Wait, hold on. I'm not making excuses for him. I'm just saying, like, it's because in the end of the day in the playoffs, you can't make it about, you have to take it one play at a time, but you can't make it about big play or not a big play. Like, I need this now. Like, that's how Brady won, is like, even when Brady was struggling in these games, he'd never stay out of it. And all he knew is he needed basically 2 drives to get back in a game. So over time, he wasn't going to make horrible decisions most of the time because he had that in his head. And I feel like Josh kind of scrambled, and he freaked out towards the end of that game. He's like, but the big shot's there. I'm going to go take the big shot. It's basically kind of what Caleb Williams did at that end. Also, I don't blame Caleb for that either, but just to like a lesser extent, because, well, not even a lesser extent, because he had 4 turnovers. So, yeah, I think and Broncos defense wasn't dominating in that game. Like you said, Brandon Cooks had a nice catch. Brandon Cooks playing well. Shakir was dominating, and they had that game in their grasp all game. They were up in that game.
Dude, James Cook,
you can't sit there and deny that Josh Allen played bad in that game and it was his fault.
Dog, he didn't even have to. Literally, they could have just kept running the football. Like, Josh could have threw 10 passes that entire game, and they could have easily won that game because they had no answer for fucking James Cook. Like, you could have, you did not have to do too fucking much. If you just ground and pound with James fucking Cook, Josh, you do your scrambling shit every here and there. You throw a couple passes, you could throw 10 passes, dude. You could have won that fucking game because that defense showed up like how Sean McDermott is a defensive-minded head coach, and Joe Brady was taking care of that offense. They were running. They had the momentum, and Josh literally gave the game away. They lost because of you. I can't blame anyone else but Josh Allen, dog.
Totally agree. I don't see how you watch that game and you say anything else. And you talked about James Cook. They couldn't stop Josh Allen running the ball either.
Yeah.
So it's completely on him. And he didn't even, as I said, it wasn't even just straight up horrible. Like, it was regular Josh Allen, except for the freaking bad turnovers, and he had 4 of them.
Now I can see, like, for instance, like Mahomes in that Super Bowl, right? I can see if like Josh O-line was just selling them. He getting bumped and hit every damn play. Like, they can't block worth a damn. Like, oh, you just over. Like, it's just the talent and skill gap is just on for the other team. And bro, the Broncos, they're literally matched with you, nigga. Like they literally, like, the stuff you have, they don't fucking have. They didn't have no running. They didn't have no elite running back in James Cook. Their offensive line's good, yes.
Well, the run game is the worst part of their team.
But the Bill offensive line is also good.
Yeah.
Like, come on now, Cortland Sutton, like I've been saying before, Cortland Sutton didn't have any catches until the last 4 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Who the hell else were they throwing it to? Marvin Mims? Like, come on, man.
And I don't even think Bo played bad in the first half. To me, it really just looked like that nothing much was going for that offense.
I thought he had a really good game. I was impressed by both.
He did have a good game. Yeah. Shout out.
Towards the end, he made some throws that were really good, and he kept them in that game. Like, it was very smart, brilliant. Shout out to Sean Payton because that boy is one of the greatest of all time to do it.
Man. You touched on it, B, but Joe Brady had a great.
He had a great.
That's
scheme,
another person
man.
losing. He had a great game plan, bro. Like,
he absolutely
class, bro.
Absolutely,
he did. Shout out to him, and he's up for a head coaching candidate positions. I think he can maybe get one.
They may promote him, or they keep him as OC and bring back.
If they don't promote him, disgusting work. Disgusting work.
Good. I like Joe Brady.
Also to this, and I know Swipe brought him up in PC, but like, he may not be greater, but I'm taking Josh Allen over John Elway in a draft.
I think him too.
But yeah, we can talk about John Elway's Super Bowl wins when he had one of the best run games ever. But it's whatever. It's whatever. Swipe would be pissed at me if I went back on PC and we had that conversation. I swear, because I would not be giving John Elway any favors. But yeah, there's you gotta blame Josh Allen for caping for Josh Allen. Just admit that.
Man, early, if you hearing this, you nasty. You a nasty brother,
Yeah.
bro.
Early, if you're listening to this right now, bro, if you think just because you come on in 30 minutes and we're not talking about this, you are addressing Josh Allen, bro. And I will say, I did say they were in the same tier. I did say that him and Mahomes were in the same tier.
Yeah, but now we know they're not. We just fucking know they're not.
I will. But
I didn't think it was in the same.
But when it comes,
I never said that, bro. That's why I say there's levels to this shit, dog. You can't just go out and say it on a limb and say that shit. There's levels to this shit.
Right, but I've always been consistent on who's.
You see Brady? Do you see Brady doing that type of shit? Fuck no. You see Patrick Mahomes doing that type of shit? Fuck no. You see Joe Montana doing that type of shit? Fuck no.
Well, okay.
Fuck no. He would not get that game away like that. Never.
No, I've never seen Brady give away a game, but I've seen him have like 3 turnovers.
Brady has bad games. Sure.
I think he had.
Sure.
He would have figured it out at the end, though.
I think he had maybe one game in his entire career where he had like 3+ turnovers.
But I ain't gonna lie, even with all the turnovers, he still had a play that could have won the game.
He missed Dalton Kincaid or Knox. I can't remember which one it was. He had them wide open, booty butt naked, wide open, booty butt naked in the shower, wide open, and he missed them.
Yeah.
You could have won the game, and you missed them. You think Patty don't make that throw? You think Tom Brady don't make that throw? Huh? They would never, boy. If you wide open, you may as well get the fuck off the field. You may as well walk. You may as well walk mid play because he's making that throw. He's making that throw 10 times out of 10.
Oh,
miss him. You had another chance. You miss him. Oh man. Yeah, Josh Allen going to hide it, my nigga.
Oh man.
Enjoy your wife because it's gonna be some slander.
But yeah, the one thing that I wanted to talk about too is like, I don't particularly think what's his name, that Sean McDermott like doesn't deserve blame. But that one stuff that they were talking about Keon Coleman with the owner and GM, bro,
that was crazy.
Disgusting.
Good luck to whoever coach has to.
Hey, wait, did y'all see the clip where they went back to the draft and the GM was actually like, he was talking.
They literally lied. Yeah, they literally
lied. Like he lied.
Nigga, you niggas were. Sean McDermott was dead silent. You niggas was talking about it. I'm asleep good knowing we're drafting Keon Coleman. Dude. Sean McDermott didn't say a fucking word. You lied on that man's name. If you want to fire him, fine, but fire him 2 years ago. Don't fire him now and then try to throw dirt on that nigga name after he fucking. That's an unprofessional organization, and this is exactly why I hope y'all motherfuckers don't win shit because that is disgusting. Keeping that bum GM that y'all got. And I think Sean McDermott is a good coach, by the way.
I do too.
You sitting there and keeping the GM, who, mind you, is worse. He's a worse GM than Sean McDermott is a coach. Let's go ahead and say that right now. You sitting there and passing blame on him when we we can literally see y'all in 4K sucking on Keon the whole time. Like, bro, all right, man. I can't trust y'all.
He's like, it's good. He ran
we can't trust a word y'all say after y'all got caught in 4K line like that.
Well,
number one.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, Kenneth. What is the freaking positive of saying that?
Nothing.
What is the positive?
What's your
actually believe you?
Unless they're like trying to trade him this offseason, I guess. But like, if you don't,
who the fuck is gonna trade for him now after you badmouth him like that? Well, damn, nigga, y'all. That's like having a fucking car, right? And you try to get rid of that shit. You hate the fucking car. You go, man. I don't know, man. It's worth $6,000. It's a piece of shit, though. You need a new transmitter. I'm sorry. You need a new you need an oil change. It's leaking oil. The fucking tires are bad. The rotors are fucked up. It makes them cracking and clinging noise all the damn time. Windshield crack.
It's logically stupid.
It takes a long time to start up. This shit can't run in the cold. Like, bro, what the fuck? I don't want the car then, nigga. I don't want the fucking car.
I think they were just trying to be too real. Like they were trying to be too.
No, that's not what they were doing.
No, it's logically stupid.
It's so stupid.
The owner is going up and saying he's acting like I have no control over that pick. Dog, yes you do. What do you mean?
What are you talking about? You're literally the GM. Your last call is the call, nigga.
What makes it worse is the fact that the question wasn't even pertaining to Keon Coleman specifically, so we'll start there. And then second, every wide receiver that was picked before Keon, their seasons have been just as bad, if not worse than his. Right. Every single one of them have had under 800 yards receiving and like less than 5 touchdowns. Some of them have been injured, but it didn't make any sense. And I feel bad for Keon because it's like, how are you supposed to go to work the next day? And
wait, but the one
dude,
thing, though,
that's why it's so bad. Literally, it's bad. It's bad either way because if you can't get rid of him, he hears all that shit you were talking about him. So it's like, how the hell is he gonna want to get better? How's he gonna have his confidence? And then if you can't just cut him. You can't do that. Okay, you can't trade him because nobody's gonna want him after this shit.
I agree.
Come on, man.
But I can't feel bad for Keon Coleman because that boy.
The dog even agrees with me.
That dude deserves zero cushion. Like he deserves. And all of those guys underperform, but no one is more of a bum than him. So I disagree. It's not that I feel bad for what's his name. it's not that I feel bad for Mr. Coleman. I just think it was
Miss Down
stupid.
smiled again. Hold
It would make me not want to coach that team. And I just think too,
mature.
but the context of it as well, it's like, bro, number one, you're blaming Sean McDermott fully. Like I would have probably fired him too, because I just think they haven't gone done in a long time. You know, maybe it's time to what's it called? Maybe it's time to kind of to make a new direction and kind of up the ceiling. But
I disagree with that, with what you said about Keon. I think he's under. I think they're
dude,
not.
what do you mean, Kenya? He sucks.
Because I don't think he's not a. Because maybe it's because he's not an outside wide receiver. I don't think he's being.
How is he, Kenya? Wait,
he's
Kenya.
way better.
Wait, all right. Well, let's have this debate right now. Logically, what makes him a slot receiver?
Well, that's what he was better at in college.
But I'm talking. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But logically, what is he? Because he's not a good route runner. He creates no separation. He's not a good athlete like that. And what he did in college was number one, in college, it's way easier to get off. It's way easier to get separation, all that stuff, which made him better. Number two, he was coined as this guy that was uber physical. I can high point anybody. I have the size, I have the strength, and I have enough speed to high top anyone. But the problem is that when you see him in the league, he's just another guy. Yeah, he's lanky and he's 6'2", but he's not big. He's not physical at the press. He's not even a jump ball merchant. He's just nothing. And it's like, he's number two. It's like, you're going out, you already suck. Then you get DNP to the game
and stuff.
Yeah, you get DNP to the game because you're late to meetings when you suck, and then you're going out there doing that, like being happy-go-lucky in warm-ups while you're not even. You should be freaking pissed, dog. You should. If I was him, I'd be borderline in tears, bro. My career is in jeopardy. But what am I doing instead? No, I'm dancing around like it's whatever, and that's my thing as well. Is that McDermott is getting fired and he's getting the blame. I think I would have fired him, but I don't think he should be blamed like crazy, because ever since you've gotten Stephon Diggs, you built this elite offensive line, this elite run game, but now you're getting a situation where the Ravens are, where you don't have a real difference maker for your quarterback at receiver. And so it's like, they built that offensive line, but how many of those guys were there before this offensive line was created before Stephon Diggs left? Okay, so all of the capital that you got from that Stephon Diggs trade, if you really even got any, you're not supplementing back into the receiving core, and you need one guy decision maker. I love Shakir, and he played great, but he's not a difference maker when it comes to winning the Super Bowl with an offensive attack. And I don't care who you are, dude. You need something, dude.
I'm just saying,
at least give him someone like Julian Edelman.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's what Brady had.
Look, I'm FSU FC here. I'm just biased, and I want to see him succeed really badly. I just think it's because of everything you just said. His limitations is exactly why he shouldn't be used on the outside. At least move him around, do something else.
I'm saying, in order to be a slot receiver, you need elite separation. You need elite yak. He doesn't have that. And he's not smart. Like he's not like, okay, so you think if he plays in the slot and like they're using him on hella choice routes where he's got to put in spots in the zone, then he's got the mind to do that. Because if he doesn't have anything else, he's gonna have to do that. Like in my opinion, he has to be on the outside. He can't be on the inside. He's not built for it. And I don't think he's ever all I'm saying is he could get better. I'm not saying he's gonna suck forever, but I'm not giving him I don't feel bad for him at all. He's dug himself into this grave. I just think what they said was stupid, because you're just acting like, as the owner, that you don't have say in your pick, and you're just blaming somebody. And it's, even if that's actually how it went, how the hell are people gonna believe you? You just look like that you just threw your head coach under the bus after you fired him. So it's just like, nobody's actually even going to believe you. And even if they did believe you, why does it even matter to you? It's
wasn't
not like
even a
that has
question.
any effect on your job. You're the freaking owner, dog.
Right?
Like you're owning the team. No one can fire you.
It
So I don't know.
wasn't even a
It's just a way to
question.
protect Bean, but Bean doesn't need that protection. Like
I don't get that. I don't get the whole father son Boy Scout looking relationship that was going on up there. It was uncomfortable watching him protect Bean like that. It was just off putting to me. It almost reminded me of like Mike Brown and Duke Tobin, the way they've been acting this offseason with the Bengals. It's like Duke Tobin had his own press conference and there were so many questions asked and you learned nothing. That's what that reminded me of. So I don't know. They're just grasping for straws at this point.
yeah, and I mean, look, they've got.
I wonder who they're gonna hire. Who do we have
Brian
some names?
Dable.
Brian Dable, yeah, I could see them hiring Dable.
Josh
But I don't,
Allen
honestly,
with Brian Dable.
I don't know.
I mean, the offense would look nice. I mean, Josh, he was. I think we can say he was the guy that kind of unleashed Josh Allen. You know, when Dabo was the OC there. So I can see that the offense is looking really good. They probably go out and get some receiver help, but yeah, Dabo would probably be the most realistic option. I guess.
Yeah, people actually thought that they'd fire McDermott after that whole 13 seconds thing, and then promote Dable that year before he went to the Giants, which in hindsight wouldn't have been like the stupidest thing to do, but.
Early, he the Chargers DC, man. Come on, man. My man's Mentor, man. Shout out Jesse Mentor, man. He been around, man. He was the Michigan.
I was still kind of hoping. Yeah, I was still.
He was Michigan. He was DC at Michigan. He was a DB coach for the Ravens from 2017 to 2020. And then went to DC with the Jim Harbaugh Chargers. So he's been around. He's been under Jim Harbaugh, and John Harbaugh for basically his whole like adult professional career, so he knows the system really well, the Harbaugh system.
I was still hoping you guys would get Mike McDaniel for the OC position.
I was too, but it's okay.
I don't know, dude. I don't know what like I just don't know about like at this point. There's like all the top guys are gone. It's just like
they are gone.
Like, look, this is the GM's job. Like, I'm not gonna go deep into who's available and who's not. We honestly don't even like. I don't know. Just go get some young guy that actually.
There's a lot of young like assistant coaches that's out. Like the Broncos, OC. He's getting a lot of heat. Like right now, like people are really wanting to. He's been interviewed a lot.
No, I'm not sad early. I'm just a little tired. And I'm feeling a little sick. No, I'm not. I'm good right now.
You know, McVay, history, Shula.
The Raiders. Do we know what the Raiders are doing at OC?
I don't know.
But I'm worried about. I'm worried. I'm very worried.
Head coach too. They didn't hire anybody head coach. Yeah, I know the Titans went Robert Saleh. I think that was cool. And they picked up. Who did they pick up for OC? It's somebody good. I forgot who though. Oh, they want to pick up Dabo. Dabo might be the OC for Titans. Yeah, because like Dabo likes Cam Ward. Yeah, I've been seeing that.
Yo, Jay.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Melly, man, because Melly been high on his Bears this whole season, you know.
Hey, Jay. Yeah. I'm gonna give you the floor and try to make it quick because we've been on this probably for like 40 minutes now, and then we can just move on to another game. But do you have any thoughts about Josh Allen? And I want to say, Melly Mel, man, they talk about the Cowboys not winning, bro. Bro, y'all have won since '85. Y'all made it though. Y'all made it though. And how was that? How was that? And I said, Melly, what did I say about the game? I said I don't trust Caleb Williams yet. And what happened, bro?
Oh, you better not put that on Caleb.
Classic. I'm going to be honest. Just to say something about that Bears game. The thing about Caleb, bro, I understand that DJ didn't go full effort on the end of that route, but I'm just going to say, just hear me out, right? In a situation where you're that close to field goal range, your only job as a quarterback is not to score a touchdown. Your job is to make sure you don't lose too many yards and don't throw the ball away. I would rather him take a penalty from intentional grounding and throw that joint out of bounds and throw the pass. I'm just gonna be honest.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah, and Melly also, and I actually do agree with that. I was actually talking about that with my dad when it happened. But yeah, we haven't. But you know, the thing is that all of my joy and goodness in life doesn't come from whether the Cowboys win or lose. You know, so and I know because you're probably a young kid. You know, you probably were shedding tears after that game. And I've been there, my boy. I've been there. But you know what happened? I grew up. That's what happened. So grow up and stop being mad because I know that's the only reason why you said that. If the Bears won, you'd be freaking parading in this chat, going crazy, calling Caleb Williams top one. You'd be so happy. But, since your team lost in sad fashion, like they always do, just like my team, you're not better. You're not better because you made to the championship one. You made to the Super Bowl one time. Okay, now you're sad. So, yeah, that's fine, bro. That's fine. That's fun. Just have fun being a Bears fan. Oh, so you are so you're 23? We already had this conversation. I thought you said you were like
top 5. All right, that's when you start
you trolling, gang. You trolling. And if you were, and I know you were correct, so we're not even talking about that. But Jay, do you have any thoughts about Josh Allen?
Josh, yeah. You know I couldn't wait.
Try to make it quick, but I'll let you cook. We've just been on this for a while, so I know
So it's okay. This gonna be straight. This gonna be straight slander. My Chiefs are at the playoffs. It's just real quick beef. Josh Allen will never win a Super Bowl in his life. You hear me? Never in his life. In the biggest games, this is the one playoff series where Josh Allen had to prove that he is a Super Bowl winning quarterback. We wasn't in there this year. Lamar wasn't in there this year. You know who he had to deal with? Drake, May. And you know what happened? You got your whole Super Bowl was gonna be Drake, May. Them little bum in the Bears that got eliminated, and you got to deal with the Broncos. He had no excuse to not make the Super Bowl this year, let alone to not win the Super Bowl. No excuse. I don't ever want to hear Josh Allen's better than Patrick Mahomes again.
Actually,
oh yes, this is another Patrick Mahomes FC member. I forgot. Okay.
Yeah, we got a few.
I almost got rescinded. but
no. Here's the fact. There. Even if we're not going to make it a big hype thing about Patrick Mahomes, I'm gonna keep standing on this. Every argument we ever have, right? When I talk about Patrick, is the weapons that I've seen him win with versus quarterbacks I've seen lose. I'm not saying Josh had the most weapons ever. I'm not saying that, right? But I'm saying that Josh may have had the easiest road that any of these teams coming out of this conference have had in the last few years to get to a Super Bowl, and he did not.
That is a good point.
I agree with that. That's a fact.
I agree. I don't think he'll ever win.
Bro. I'm not gonna lie. That's a really good point.
That's a great point.
I'm not sitting here saying the Denver Broncos are scrubs, but what I am saying is this.
I mean, that was my Super Bowl pick. But.
The team that the Broncos are is not the team that how let me put it. Their win rate does not decide the type of team they are, and it's really weird to say that. But I don't think the Broncos are as good as their record shows.
I do think the Bills could have won, Jaden. You right?
Yeah,
bro.
I do think they're
Bills
good.
was in the game the whole game.
So yeah, when it comes down to it, he had out of all these Super Bowl winning quarterbacks these last few years, he had the easiest road to get there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie. There ain't no way you're 23 years old and you think Caleb Williams is top 5 in the
NFL. That's funny.
Sorry, that was just in my head after he said that. Caleb is top 5. Oh, that's so. I was just looking at that chat for literally the last 3 minutes. Jesus, but yeah, no, I agree. I agree with Jay. But I do think Bo Nix was not good in the first half, and I think that they were hard carrying him. I think after they lost JK, their dynamic offensively, it just kind of got cooked because they're.
But that's the problem. I feel like when Bo Nix isn't, I feel like as a veteran, that's what Josh is now. As a veteran quarterback, an experienced quarterback, a seasoned playoff quarterback, and you see on the other hand, you have a first time playoff quarter. He's young. He's not experienced in this type of setting.
Yeah, we did.
If he starts off with a bad half, you're supposed to capitalize. Your offense should be hitting on all fours. Because here's the thing. These are the type of games when you have a young quarterback on the other side, you want to see if he's capable of bringing his team back. And a lot of times, no matter how good these young quarterbacks are, they can't do it because it's a different type of pressure to bring your team back in a win or go home type game. And Josh didn't apply the pressure like he should have. He didn't.
Yeah.
I've seen him have shootouts with Patrick. So I know he can do it. So where was it?
It wasn't there. It wasn't there. And look, this is another thing. It's I understand that this whole idea of this may not be the greatest, but it's bro, when you win early on, it takes so much pressure off your back, bro. It takes so much freaking pressure off your back. The fact that it's every single playoff game is deciding your legacy. To where you don't even have one, I just feel that would put so much pressure on me.
And hard. That was Josh Allen, Lamar. That's a great point. I mean, even Joe Burrow, it's hard, bro. Every playoff game is gonna be looked at with the microscope because of how much success they've had in the past young career. That's why Pat is just like it doesn't really matter what he does because he's won for the last 8 years.
He
So
retires now. He's fine. Like he's
yeah, first ballot, like
yeah,
easy.
easily.
So you're right. You're right, Mike.
And I can't even talk shit about it.
No.
All right. Let's move on. We can speed run like the rest of these games. We obviously can get some conversations, but I know it's getting late, so we can speed run a little bit on the rest of these games.
Yeah.
Texans versus Pats. Yeah, CJ Stroud sucks. Just another.
Yeah, I don't have to say nothing on. Yeah.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud sucks. Shout out Texans defense, man. They was holding it down.
I'm gonna say this. CJ Stroud is abysmal. The only little bit of gray area I'll give CJ is that when it comes to like, yeah, I'm on the way, but like, I'm on the way. But when it comes to like the weapons that CJ had, weapons are hurt, lines hurt. Just he does have little injuries over there.
Yeah, he still play ass though, bro.
He's still terrible. He's garbage.
Yeah. I'm a CJ guy. Oh, go ahead, Kenya.
I don't even think his offensive line has played that bad in the playoffs.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, he was making them look worse than they actually aren't or whatever. But the turnovers in the Patriots game were just bad. And Drake May hasn't played that well either. But his fumbles were due to the fact that his left tackle kept getting cooked every time, Will Campbell. So that was different. They were just blindside strip fumbles. But CJ was literally playing like he didn't know what was going on. Literally.
Yeah, they had some legit moments in that game. It's just tough when you're a rookie. And look, I like this Patriots team is good. It's just hard for me to buy in on them because I don't think they're anything special.
Right.
Like that's my problem. And I think they're gonna get smacked by whoever team. I mean, if they make it, like I don't think that they're gonna win the Super Bowl. They just I just don't know. Drake May's just gonna have to be he's gonna have to have a great performance for them to win games. Like their run games, I feel like it's just not gonna hit. I guess the test really is gonna be like the run game's been okay, but like the test is gonna be against Denver. If they can run the ball on Denver, then I'd be more confident. But it's just Drake has some insane moments like that throw. Like that throw was like almost picked that had that long touchdown run, but. That football breakdowns dude who is a great follow. I think it's Film Breakdowns. If you,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That dude he knows what he's talking
Film
about.
Watcher, that's his name. Film Watcher.
And like Drake really, really is smart for like his age, but it's just like I don't know if I can trust that team, man. And like the defense is good, but it's like Jesus Christ, like unfortunately you're not going up against freaking CJ again. And Justin Herbert are both that freaking all-time bad performance. Like, jeez.
I just want to say one quick thing about the Texans. I think it's sad. I feel bad for their defense because, in this league, we understand that defenses, it might not be this good again. Like, this might be the year that, their defense was at its peak. And then next year, free agency, they might lose some guys or injuries might happen. So they might not ever hit that peak again. So it's unfortunate because this should have been their year. Like if CJ could have just played average, I'm talking about Trent Dilfer average. Yeah. Like bro, just don't fuck up. They're easily Super Bowl.
I think when Daniil slows down is when, and I've said this too. I think when Daniil slows down is when you gotta worry, and he hasn't yet. But I do think he's teetering. I mean, the dude is old. Dude. He's like 32. Bro. 33. And the fact he's been doing it for this long, bro, he's a Hall of Famer in my opinion.
And people don't talk about Daniil, man. I think he's a Hall of Famer as well.
And he was underrated on the Vikings, too. He was already like a top 10 edge rusher at least on the Vikings, bro. That was when he was really in his prime.
Thanks.
But yeah, also this is how I know I got in your skin, my boy. I know I have you when you start throwing my name in every comment, bro. I'm sorry that your Bears choked. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Welcome to the club, gang. Welcome to the club. Where your team just chokes every single time.
Yeah, we all here, man. All of our teams are chokers and lose.
Yep, except for Jay because he's a fake Patrick Mahomes. No,
oh, yeah.
I'm not kidding. You are a Patrick Mahomes bandwagon. No, I'm playing. I'm sorry, Jay. All right. Let's move on to the next game. just because I don't really
Rams.
know
Well, it
else
was
to say.
Rams,
Yeah,
Bears.
it was Rams.
Yeah, Bears, Rams. My bad. I wouldn't have to script up.
Hey, all I gotta say is Matt. That boy Matt been playing
Mid.
mid.
He's
I
been
caught
mid.
it in the beginning, man. That boy looking mid, man. That man's looking mid Stafford. I'm about to call him mid Stafford. Nah, I'm playing though. But this
He
game was really
wasn't
fun to
good.
watch. This
I
game was
don't
really
say he was bad. He just
He
was
missed so many
mid, dude.
He missed so many throws though. He missed throws that he
easy
never
throws too. They
makes.
weren't even hard throws to make.
Dude, yeah, the
I tell
crazy
you one thing, he can't do that this week against Seahawks. I tell you that. That defense is not gonna
Yeah.
and they usually McVay plays really good. Usually they do. And also, I want to say Dennis Allen masterclass.
Yeah,
He out-coached McVay, like out-coached him. I don't think I've ever seen McVay get out-coached like that. I don't think I have. Like
yeah.
Dennis
Well,
Allen had a hell of a game plan. Shout out to him.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna give Stafford some leeway because number one, terrible conditions. Number two,
Oh no, Mike!
no,
Don't
no,
do
played
no,
it.
better
no,
last
yeah.
season.
No, I'm not saying he didn't play mid. I'm just saying like bad conditions. You know, I'm not watching. I wasn't watching the film, but I'd like to know how many reads he actually missed. And
And
you
here
know,
comes the football.
I do want to say like Puka wasn't getting open in man coverage.
I
That's
do want to say this
for
too.
damn sure. And my biggest problem with the Rams over anything, well, number one, their defense, but number two, their running backs, they just aren't dynamic, bro. Like Kyron had a nice run or two, maybe three, but I mean he had 21 for 86. Like that's not dynamic enough for me, bro.
Yeah.
Like
In the playoffs, 21 for 86 yards. That's not bad though.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
not
how many
bad.
yards did he have
Fine.
carried?
fine. It's
They're
I
okay.
think
I may be being nitpicky on.
No,
I
don't
feel
think
like
you
I feel
are.
like when you have the offense that they have, we don't really need Kyron to run for 100, 150.
Yeah.
You know?
But Jay, in that game though, in that
that
game,
specific
it would have
I
been
think,
nice.
but even in that
Because
game, I don't think
after
that
the
was
first drive though, their pass game started not working. Like the
I
first
do
drive,
think
it was great. I thought that they were gonna win pretty handily, and then it just stopped for
I think with
whatever.
that game, like, and I'm not too fond of saying this about a lot of games because I'm very player. I like to put a lot of blame on the players. 'Cause I feel like the performance matters.
Mhm.
But in this specific game, I honestly feel like both teams played really well player wise. I think this was a matter of which coach could coach better. Like I really feel like this is one of them games where everybody did their job on the field. It was just really scheme versus scheme and whose scheme was going to be better that game. And honestly, I think because I wouldn't say that I'll say that Ben Johnson outcoached Sean. I just believe that the aggressiveness that he picked up from Detroit, where we're going to go for it, is what lost him that game ultimately. But I feel like I don't think it was a run or pass type game. I think it was just a matter of both schemes were doing great. That's what I think. It was a great defensive scheme by Ben Johnson. I think it was a great offensive scheme by Sean McVay, and I think they clashed, and it just was a matter of that's why the game was so close.
Hey, nah, Dennis Allen, man. Don't get no Ben Johnson, man. Dennis Allen.
Yeah, I think he was the best coach out of all of them.
Dennis Allen was coaching his ass off, bro. I was watching that whole game.
I was impressed. by it.
That's why I it's just hard for me to like. He was mid, but it's just hard for me to blame him because I don't know if he missed reads or there just wasn't much going on when it came to the pass because they're passing so freaking much. But he was mid though, but
I really think it was just a matter of not like here's the thing about the Rams is a lot of times Puka get in that man coverage, he's going to break free. And Devontae Adams is such a good route runner that you'll get a few over top passes and red zone, he's going to get open. I think the Bears did a really good job at limiting that.
They did.
They did. Like, that's what I'm saying. Puka didn't play that well, bro.
Matthew
Puka did not play that well.
They did make plays when they needed it to towards the end of the game.
He did, but he was also getting locked up a little bit too.
I feel like Matthew Stafford, what we've been seeing from him all years, he'll get a deep ball, and that is going to go like every game we expect at least one Matt Stafford deep ball to be successful. I think what happened is that he still played like just for a regular quarterback standard. Matthew Stafford still played good. He didn't turn the ball like he did what he needed to do. We just didn't get that real big breakaway play because of the defensive scheme going against it.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Mel. I'm not. Jalen Johnson is great, but the way that people talk about Puka now, where he's the best receiver in the league, like dog. I don't care what cornerback you're going up against, bro. You gotta cook him, or I'm gonna say that you didn't play well because if Jamar Chase did that, bro, you know what the conversations would be if Jefferson did that. You know what the conversations would be. And I'm not trying to slander Puka because I think he's great, but the way that people talk about Puka now, it's like the way that y'all say that Josh Allen is protected, which I agree. But that's where we're going with Puka. When it comes to
the most out of everybody.
Puka's benefiting from Devontae Adams. Now, granted, Puka is still a dog, but Puka
Thank you. He is benefiting.
And he gets
He's definitely a dog. He's definitely like top 5. I have no problem with you saying that he's top 5. But I'm not giving him leeway because Jalen Johnson blocked him. I'm not because Jalen Johnson's a good corner and he didn't do, what he's been doing recently.
Were they bracketing him a lot?
Yo. Hold on.
Yeah,
well, I just read,
maybe I don't know.
I didn't watch any like film.
I don't know. I just saw all of his catches he got were on zone, and there were a few times where he went to him where it was man, and they didn't connect. So look, obviously, I'm not watching the film right now, so it's hard for me to make like super definitive statements about scheme and all that stuff and like actual individual performances. But yeah,
that's me watching it. I'm very heavy on like. Come be honest, y'all know I'm a hater. I had to hate on the Bears because I got a friend like the Bears, so I'm over analyzing everything.
Jay, you hear this? You or not Jay, Melly? You hear this, Melly? You hear this?
And like to give credit to the Bears, for example, they really they had a great defensive scheme and they ran it well. What I'm gonna stand on this wholeheartedly. What sold the Bears the game is 2 things. One, that Ben Johnson ran the Bears like they were Detroit. Which is, if it is within 5 yards, we are going for it, no matter what. Or we're not taking it if we're going to go for it, which works sometimes. But there are times, just like with Detroit, what happens every year, Detroit ends up being the best team these last few years. The best team in the league, and they fizzle out because they don't know when to not go for it. And that's what Ben Johnson bringing. That's why they lost.
I don't think they're the best team in the league. I get your point, bro, but if they didn't do that, then they wouldn't beat the Packers.
I might have a hot take, but like I low-key feel like after Caleb made that insane play, I low-key feel like they should just say, fuck it, go for the win. I low-key feel like I know it's not the smart way to do it. I know it's not the smart way, but I feel like with the momentum and you're Ben Johnson, call your best play. You had a crazy momentum change. One of the craziest plays I've ever seen. Caleb he hot right now. You're Ben Johnson. You're one of the best. Was he
hot though, bro? Was he hot?
I'm saying in that specific time when they were going down the field, he was making plays. They started from like the 20.
No, he was hot.
Went all the way down the field. He was hot that whole drive.
I just wanted to hit that
play. I say fucking go for it. You're Ben Johnson. Come with your best play.
See, but like fact is but that's another example with Ben Johnson. Listen, he's the type of player. Him and Dan Campbell, they are the type of coaches who will go for it in the most unmeaningful 4th and 3rd in history.
Yeah, thanks. Like that was actually a meaningful thing. Thanks.
Yeah, and that get it, and then they'll lose because of that unmeaningful 4th and 3rd. But they will not. But in this situation, you go for 2. But there were times during this game where they went for it on 4th down and they did not need to, or they didn't kick a field goal. And when they need even coming down to the game, you don't need this to be a 4 down, 3 down territory to kick that field goal. You kick the field goal, and Caleb, you throw the ball away, you take a sack, you go down, you run. I don't care what you do. The ball don't go nowhere where it can be picked off. And that's why I can blame DJ, but I can't because you do not throw that pass when you are in field goal range.
You have to blame DJ. You have to. If you do. No. Okay, wait. Because I agree with pretty much everything you said, Jay. Like I did like in the Packers game, and I think in this game, it was hard for me to remember my exact thoughts, but I do remember being like, I don't know if I would go for it there. But you've been on teams before. Like, in order to do something, you have to implement it. And a lot of
I don't even like Washington, Melly. Why would I be mad if you beat the Commanders?
Because actually I don't know. But I just think too, it's like in order like for them to like if you're going to have that philosophy, bro, I'm fine if you live or die by with it. Unless it's like ridiculous where okay, it's 4th and 5, maybe you should take points. But it did work in that game. So it's hard for me to say whether or not. But when it comes to the 2-point stuff, no, because I don't trust Caleb Williams close in the red zone.
But especially in that game. But see, here's the thing, though. Like the whole drive leading up to that play, he was on point. My thing is, if it was if it was like a different drive or like a random drive, whatever, they just got down the field, whatever, cool. It was just that drive, bro. He had the momentum, bro. He had it on his side.
Right, but I'm saying they went for it on 4th and short at the goal line before, and they put in Williams' hands. It didn't work out because he's not a good processor yet.
Yeah,
he's not good in structure yet. As much as some people want to crown him like he's top 5, gang, you can't be top 5. You can't play in structure. He's the biggest off-script merchant I've freaking ever seen.
Yeah, he is off-script.
He only makes plays off-script. Melly, it's not. Don't tell me to stop it when I'm just speaking facts.
Bo Nick is better in structure.
So, okay.
Like, dude,
and off-script, we're not better.
My quarterback is off-script, so I can't be mad at that. I feel like if you're good at it, go ahead.
Who's your quarterback? Mahomes?
Of course.
But bro, Mahomes is
good in structure too.
But he's not an off-script merchant, Jade. There's a difference between being an off-script merchant where that's all you can do versus what makes me great is what I can do off-script. It's not like Mahomes can't do the regular quarterback shit. He can. He's shown that he can. People say that he can't are like, honestly, bro, like you're not watching the day-to-day games. Yeah, he might take some chances, but it's not like he's freaking trying to make plays every single time. Really, the only time he did that was against Philly when they were just outmatched and no one was getting open. And then against against the Buccaneers in the Super Bowl when their offensive line was cooked. He was just getting pressured like crazy. But like if you watch Mahomes throughout the game, he's still making in-structure plays. But yeah, gang, okay, yeah, he can throw 50-yard bombs. Gang, he's the most talented quarterback in the league when it comes to arm strength, bro. I think he has the best arm in the NFL. I think he's got better arm than Allen. I think he's got better arm than Herbert. He makes some throws that are like freaking ridiculous, bro. But like, you're not just gonna sit here and tell me that he's not a bad in-structure quarterback. He's a bad in-structure quarterback, bro. Because in that Packers game, he had 2 interceptions that were just plain out stupid.
Yeah, I don't want to just say he's a bad in-structure quarterback.
He's bad.
He's bad.
To keep it 100, here's what I feel about Caleb. Caleb like that one friend that you play 2K with that's garbage the whole game until you need a game winner. Like, I feel like Caleb is only good when he feels like the game is genuinely at risk of losing. When the game is genuinely on the line is when Caleb decides that he wants to pop off. Caleb thrives off of pressure, and I think if there's no pressure, then Caleb is some garbage.
Are you trying to say that Caleb
Ellie, I can't take you serious, bro, when you say stuff like that. Yes. Don't mention Josh Allen and Caleb Williams in the same seconds because Josh Allen's clearly better than him.
Oh my god! Clearly, come on now.
Yeah, we probably don't have to talk about the Seahawks game. They
sorry, Dwayne. That kickoff return was.
I just want to say this about the Seahawks, and then we'll get into predictions and we'll cut it. Okay, I'm not buying into the Seahawks stock. I'm not. They were dominant. Yeah, they were. Sam Darnold was solid. Gang, they were up 21 before the game even started, bro. Like, and what we're not gonna do too is I'll defend Brock Purdy because Early's not here, and I also agree with this. We're not gonna sit there and blame Brock Purdy for that game.
It's too many injuries. It's too many.
He's outmatched. Outplayed. If anything, that just shows you how bad Philly's offense really was. Because the fact that
it does. Yeah.
The Seahawks were just eating their lunch in a run game and making plays, and then you can't get anything against that team, bro. I don't know, bro. That was scary. But let's go to predictions. This is
wait. I'm sorry. Wait, one thing.
Okay, go ahead. I'm
just gonna say I am kind of buying into the Seahawks just a little bit more than I am the Rams. I think the Seahawks are just another version of last year's Eagles to me. Great defensively. They're a little 1-0 offensively, but Sam Darnold, if he just protects the ball, they could win the Super Bowl. They could easily win the Super Bowl, especially if they pay the Patriots and Jarrett Stidham. Like, I don't think it's that hard to. I don't think it's going to be that hard of a game for them. I'm picking them to win, but we'll go to predictions.
Also, Dwayne, bro, it's a rivalry, bro. What do you expect, bro? We're just giving context to the game, bro.
Well, no shit.
Clearly, we're outmatched because they didn't have their players, bro.
Man, all I know is this: Shaheed won the game for the Seahawks in the first play of the game. That touchdown right there was enough for them to win the game.
I mean, it's a momentum.
Dog, if they have Fred
not
Taylor,
a moment after that momentum, totally that touchdown and the one in the extra point was enough. If that was the only touchdown that game, the Seahawks would have won that game.
Yeah, but anyway, all right, let's move on to the predictions. Let's start off Patriots versus Broncos.
Is it weird that I low key I'm buying into this? What's his name? Stidham. I watched a few of his games. I'm not gonna say. Listen, I'm not gonna say the Broncos gonna win, but like we said the same thing with Foles, man. With Nick Foles, man. We said the same thing with Nick Foles. And this Patriots team is not that insane though. Like they're not like if Drake May makes a mistake or two and Stidham can just keep them in the game. Who say they can't?
But
win
who's to say? I don't think the Broncos
dude. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I really don't hate what you're saying, bro. It's
I don't think
like,
the Broncos
like
team either though. I look at the Broncos team every week, and I be like, they just have a good amount of solid players. It's not like they have a few out like Patrick Surtain. Like, they necessarily don't have stars, but like overall, they just have a good amount of solid players.
I mean, they have what's his name too, Benito.
And they're home. They're in Denver. I mean,
man, I don't care about none of that, bro.
Man, no, that matters in Denver. That matters in Denver, man. That matters.
Jay, I used to think, especially last year, I had that same philosophy, but I'm telling you, bro, matters.
I'm not saying it don't matter. Listen, it does matter. I know for a fact it matters. I just don't care about none of that. They still losing.
It's like
all I'm saying is this, bro. All I'm saying is this, bro. I picked Denver to make the Super Bowl. I picked them to make the Super Bowl. The reason why I did is because people don't give them credit for this team that they have. Yeah, their offense is a little shaky, but dude, they have the team to go in and they really do. And all I'm gonna say is, bro, if you can stop the run game, you can beat this Broncos team, dude. Like, is Nick Benito gonna have trouble with what's his name?
Will Campbell?
Yeah, the way that it's working out, and I thought Will Campbell.
We seen Will Anderson put belt to Will Campbell last.
It's Will Anderson. Yeah. That is Will Anderson.
But that's Nick Benito. Nick Benito been killing.
Nick Benito not better than Will Anderson though.
Gang, Nick Benito is top 5 though, bro.
He's top 5, bro.
I trust Will Campbell and Nick Benito more than I trust Will Anderson. Is all I'm gonna say.
I don't think there's much. I don't think there's enough difference to trust Will Campbell.
I don't think it's a huge difference. I think there's enough for Will Campbell to win a little bit more reps than he did against Will Anderson. I don't think like here's how I feel.
Benito, man.
I don't personally think that how I put it. I listen, Stidham. I think I've seen games. I'm not saying he's gonna be bad. I feel like if I just went down,
I see what you're saying.
I just don't. I already didn't think the Broncos team was amazing, right? But I did think Bo Nix was solid. I think Bo Nix has a good amount of spurts where he looks like a star. Some games
Bo Nix was trash early on in the season.
He has moments where he looks bad.
He was trash,
and they were still winning.
But then again,
he was great.
But here's the thing: the problem with saying they're still winning is if we call a spade, it's not like they had a hard schedule to have to win.
They beat. I mean,
Eagles?
I don't remember, but like I don't remember the
Chiefs
teams
twice.
I don't remember their thing being easy. Though.
Like I even say this about this hurts my heart to say, bro. We was garbage.
Okay, true. But what about the Pats schedule? Like they played against.
No. I'll say this: I'm not big on the Pats either. I don't think they had a hard schedule neither. But I just want it. But if it comes down to it, I trust the Patriots in this current moment more than I trust the Broncos.
I'm not mad at that.
That's fair.
That's fine.
I'm just saying, like I've been hearing a lot of people say, "Oh, this is going to be a blowout, 2-3 touchdowts." I'm like,
I don't think so.
This Patriots team is not that great. This is not Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski. Like, bro, this Patriots team not that great.
And I think my only problem is that when I see the Broncos, right, I've seen like throughout the year watching their games just so I can decide how I feel about Bo Nix. They beat us twice. So cool. But I've seen the Broncos lose to the Raiders. I've seen the Broncos lose to the Jets. You know, I've seen the Broncos lose to who else they lose to? They lost to the Raiders twice this year, I think.
No, they beat the Raiders. I mean, they beat the Jets. It was just ugly.
Did they lose to the Jets?
They lost to the Raiders, I think. I thought
they lost.
That's division games, man. I'm not like division games are division games, bro. I know the Raiders are bad, but like
they lost
we done seen crazy division.
Yeah, they got smoked by the Jags. They
lost to the Jags.
They lost to the Jags. That's pretty good.
Jags were cooking though at that time.
Yeah,
bro.
Jags were.
That was Trevor T. Law's best game of his career too.
Yeah,
I mean they lost to the Jags, but didn't the Bills beat the Jags?
They in the
playoffs. Here's why I said like although
they beat Dallas, bro. Dallas is good.
Yeah, football.
Okay,
they beat me. We were great this season.
Yeah,
but
we
like
were
when it comes down, like
insane,
that was indeed T-Law's best game of his career. But the problem with that statement is, what did y'all do wrong to give T-Law the best game of his career?
They
bro.
underestimated.
He was cooking, bro. Don't act like that was belt to ass from the start.
I'm not
It wasn't.
I'm not saying that
They were
T-Law
playing good.
played out of his mind. But the fact that when you were as a defense, no matter what, you can never just sit back and say, "Wow, he just did that good." No, you have
They
to
also
question
beat the
why
Packers.
didn't we stop Trevor Lawrence, who for the last few years
Who
we
was cooking the
question,
last 7-8 weeks of the season?
well, don't
Was
let
it
him
just
cook
like that was
against
only
those
a good
Super
game?
Bowl team. He can cook against whoever else he want to cook against. But if you were saying, "I want somebody," we got this, we got Pastor Tam, we got Nick Benito, we got the defense that we need to beat everybody. Do not let Trevor fucking Lawrence go
Gang,
off.
we can do that for the Pats though.
For the Pats, yeah, same thing for the Pats, but at least the Pats got their quarterback. I think the Pats
agree.
coached. I think the Pats have a better coach on their team. I think the Pats have a better receiving core.
Ooh, you think
I don't know.
Vrabel's better than
Vrabel's a
Sean
better coach
Payton?
than
I
Sean
don't
Payton?
You
know.
think Vrabel's better coach than Sean Payton?
I think Vrabel this year is a better coach than Sean Payton. Yes.
No.
I don't know.
Wait, Jay, you just said about like all these
Drake is carrying that shit.
schedule. The Patriots been having
No.
pancake
Patriots
schedule.
No. Their schedule was garbage too. Both of them. Both teams had a garbage schedule.
I don't think
I
Broncos
look
had
at
a
it,
garbage schedule.
I
don't think Broncos had a garbage schedule.
let me
They played the Packers too, by the way. They smoked the
They
Packers.
went Titans, Colts, Chargers, Bengals.
Colts were nice during that time, by the
Colts
way.
was nice
Don't remember.
Oh
Colts
no,
was-
I'm just going down the list of what they
They
played.
should have won that game.
They went against the Bengals, the Eagles. They beat the Jets by 2. Then they went Giants beat them by 1. Cowboys, damn, they did y'all greasy.
Well, we suck.
Yeah,
We
bro,
suck.
their schedule wasn't bad, bro.
We suck. We suck. Of course they beat us.
Texans, Raiders, they beat by 3. Chiefs, we don't talk about that. Commanders by 1. Raiders by 7.
Did you see that? Did you see that comment, Kevin? Is that why you're laughing?
No, wait. What was it?
Oh, I thought you were laughing because that. It's just Melly letting me know that the Cowboys suck. Newsflash, Melly. I don't need you to tell me that. I know that they suck. I watched every game, bro. I gave up on that team in week freaking 4. Whenever week we lost to the Panthers, I stopped watching them.
I held on to the Bengals as long as I could, but after that Bills game, I had to let it go.
Yeah, so you got to learn.
I held on a lot longer than you did.
It's like when you give up on finding a love. You know what I mean? You just got to accept that you'll never find anyone.
Y'all had.
You won't be sad. No, I'm playing.
Time to just give up, bro. I had to wait until the last second to give up on my team.
I waited too. I couldn't.
Yeah. See, when everyone was like, "Oh, Cowboys on track to make the playoffs. They can do it. I said,
Mike was like, "No, we're not."
No way, bro. I'm not buying into that shit. Yeah,
even when I got Quentin Williams, he was like, "Bro, we're not going to the playoffs. This is not enough." I was like, "Damn, bro, he's not budging."
No. I don't know. I feel like when I look at both of these teams, right, just like with actually genuine no bias, I feel like quarterback for quarterback, Bo Nix, Drake, May. I don't have an opinion on who I think is better. When it comes to wide receiver core, I feel like the Patriots have a better wide receiver.
Whoa.
I feel like the Patriots.
Now we're dragging it, bro, because Drake May's better than Bo Nix, but we don't have to talk about that. It's fine.
I think just talent wise, he's better.
Yeah.
I do respect Bo Nix though.
Just all purely played this year. But I do feel like the Patriots have a better receiving core. Now, if we go to the defense, I think the Broncos have a better D line, and then you're going to go to the cornerbacks. You think of Patrick Surtain.
No, Broncos got a good receiving core, bro.
They're injured. They're injured.
Starting with Torrey Franklin.
Yeah, but they're injured now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like right now the Patriots have the better receiving core. If I want to look at the cornerbacks, the secondary, of course, what sticks out to me when I look at the Broncos,
they're pretty similar.
Yeah,
they are a similar team. They're really similar.
I feel like at the current moment with these two teams, who I both feel like had weaker schedules, I both feel like have questions coming into the playoffs. I both feel like I have a chip on the shoulder to prove something. I think they both have good coaches. I think they both have very similar rosters. But at the current moment, I think the Patriots have a better roster. The Broncos have no real receivers right now due to injuries. Then I think J.K. Dobbins just went down last game. That's another person.
No, J.K. is coming back this game.
Cool. So never mind. So J.K. Well, they can have that. But you have J.K. on that side. You have Trayvon Henderson, Ramondre. I don't want to talk that he's a scrub. He was good, then he just, well, I don't know what happened to him. He was good, then he just wasn't, whatever. But, like, looking at both these teams, I think these teams are very similar. I just think if you compare both and who's available to play right now and how each team is played, the Patriots right now are in better shape than the Broncos are.
Yeah, I don't want to make it seem like I don't want to make it seem like I completely disagree with you.
I don't disagree with you.
I hate this game.
So do I. I hate it.
I hate it.
Bo Nix was playing, man.
This is why I'm so Drake May FC, and I should be rescinded the way I've been the way I've been going against Drake May every single time in the playoffs. But I hate this game so much that I'm copping out and I'm picking my Super Bowl make team, the Denver Broncos. I'm sticking with them, baby. We're going to make it so I'm right, because that's all I care about. I have to be right.
How low key, I'm going with the Broncos.
I'll say it like this: for all those who want the Patriots to win, just know that they're going to win because Mike chose the opposite team. And if you know anything about Mike and choosing football teams, they don't usually win.
Oh shoot!
That's
is that right? Is that theory right?
First of all, you haven't even been here enough to even know that.
It's okay.
Second of all, I picked Denver and the Rams to make the Super Bowl.
You chose Dallas.
So what do you know, bro? What do you really know?
I know you're a Dallas fan. One bad decision has made
I'm a Dallas fan, yeah, and I said that we were gonna make the playoffs, and I was right. Anyway, all right, move on. Seahawks, Rams. Give me the Rams. I'm not moved by that performance. I am not moved. I think Matthew Stafford is gonna be Matthew Stafford in this game. I really freaking do. But I'm not gonna act like it's gonna be some blowout or anything. It's in Seattle. Seattle's one of the toughest places to play. Seahawks are a great team too. But I ain't trusting that man, Sam. I'm putting no trust in Sam yet in the playoffs, bro. I'm not moved by that fake good performance last game. Okay, just wait till Jared Verse gets pressure on him again. He's going to make him see those Jared Verse ghosts like he did last year.
Crazy Sam Darnold hate.
You know, I don't trust Mike. I don't trust Sam either, but you know who I do trust? That boy Mike Mack, man. Give me the Seahawks, bro. I'm putting my trust in that defense. I'm putting my trust and them being able to slow down that Rams offense and just, get the win, man. You know what I'm saying? I think they're going to lean on the run game. The run game for the Seahawks during the season, it wasn't the best, but in the playoffs, it's been looking pretty good. K. Walker been looking good.
What y'all need from Sam?
Oh, he is gone.
He tore his ACL. That sucks.
I forgot. Walker
was still good by
himself.
Yeah, Walker was good by himself.
It does help to have that.
So listen to what I said, and you'll understand.
They can lean on the run game, man. I think the Seahawks can pull this out in Seattle. Mike Mack. I'm gonna cry because Mike Mack is about to be in the Super Bowl, and we could have had him head coach. But yeah, that's how I'm gonna go. Seahawks. Let's go.
Man, I'm rent free in Mally's head right now. I'm so rent free.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Though. What is it that y'all need from Sam Darnold?
Gang,
we're not gonna act like he's been like crazy good though. Bro.
I'm not saying
he's the last half of the season. He was okay at best. Like
he was, bro. He was mid as hell, bro.
So it's like, so we obviously know I hate Jalen Hurts for obvious reasons. Fuck my team.
Rent free, Melly. Rent free, bro. I know you think about me when you go to sleep.
I say that to say for Jalen Hurts to be debated so heavily before the season of him being a top 10 quarterback. And I feel like I stood heavily on Jalen Hurts is basically carried by his team. I feel like Sam Darnold in the last 2 years has been on two different teams, and both of those teams have been highly successful with Sam Darnold.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right.
We're going to act like the Vikings team last year was...
Bro. I can't do this.
What are you talking about, bro?
You don't know how much of this...
Can I just say one thing? If you're going to shit on Jalen Hurts, you better shit on Sam Darnold for his performance last year.
Bro, we gotta wrap this up. I gotta go. But I strongly disagree with that take.
Strongly disagree.
Hold on, no. The only reason I bring up Jalen Hurts is because the amount of times that people excuse Jalen Hurts and say we're not going to fault him.
It has nothing to do with the Jalen Hurts shit. I don't care that you said that. You're acting like Sam Darnold's been on bad teams. Bro, he was on the Vikings last year with a crazy offense, crazy defense.
Yeah.
What happened when he saw pressure? He was garbage.
Great.
And then this year, he's on a team with the top 3-4 defense with a good run game, with one of the best receivers in the NFL, and you're trying to tell me that he was the fucking sole reason why that he was carrying them? Look at the last 8 games. He wasn't even that good, and they still won.
These teams, I'm saying right now, if you want to like just if you
Bro,
look,
he threw 4 interceptions against the Rams, 4, and they lost, and they won.
If you look at these two teams, as someone, me and Kenya were both very high at first on JJ McCarthy. If you look at these two teams, I'm saying with a straight face right now that both times between Geno being on the Seahawks last year, they were terrible. And then between
they were 10-7, bro. They barely missed the puffs. They were not terrible.
Where are they now?
You're yapping.
Where
what do
are
you
they?
mean where they?
This Seahawks team playing last year's Seahawks.
I think they're a better team now, though.
They are a far better.
They are.
And then the Vikings, to call a spade, right? If you look at Justin Jefferson, we're not going to sit here and be like, oh, he's been locked up all year. No, he is not.
JJ McCarthy just sucks.
So
you're comparing good to garbage.
I have to understand.
Yeah, of course it's going to be different.
No, we are putting no trust in Sam Darnold, as if the drop off for the Vikings when they just.
No, I'm not.
The difference between JJ McCarthy and Sam Darnold was so large that the difference in wins is this much. The difference between Geno and Sam Darnold. I don't care if they went 10-7, where they're at right now. They were not doing that, and they were not going to do that.
You said they were terrible. That's just a straight up lie. They weren't terrible. They were 10-7 and barely missed.
Compared to the Seahawks team this year, they are terrible.
That's okay. That's objectively false. Can you finish it off? We gotta go.
They are terrible compared to the team this year.
Okay, I'm picking the Seahawks.
I'm going Seahawks though.
I don't trust them.
So Kenya, go ahead and finish. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying I don't trust the Rams. I don't like how they've played in the playoffs. I think the Seahawks have the better defense.
I pulled you over to my side, Kenya. Let's
go.
Okay.
As long as he's not coaching defense against the Bengals, I'm cool.
And with that being said,
that's
another episode of the Open Field Podcast. Episode 85. We're creeping up on the 100 mark. Shout out to everybody in the chat that stayed. No matter if you hate me, if you love me, I love you because you're here. So, God bless everyone in the chat. Hope you guys have a great night. Have another great weekend. Watch some football. Get outside. Go talk to that person that you really want to talk to out there. You know what I'm saying? Go do something great this weekend. Be great this weekend. And I'll see you guys back here again on Thursday. Hopefully not late, maybe late, but we'll see how that goes. But you guys have a good rest of your day, and we are out.
Okay. Bye.